Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Sunday, July 2nd, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $ORIONNWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got MLB action this 4th of July weekend. Tampa Bay Rays versus the Seattle Mariners, game number 3. Who will end up winning the series? Big blowout. Big blowout by the Rays when we were up 4-0 to start off game 1, and they won 15-4. Hard to be able to come back from something like that, but we did in game 2 yesterday and won 8-3. The bats were early and often, and it felt good. And then now we actually have a pretty good chance to win 2 out of 3. The Rays are still a top 3 team in Major League Baseball, and the Mariners are average. But we do have Luis Castillo on the mound, and he hasn't been the same Luis Castillo from the past. 5-6 record, 2.86 ERA. The ERA is good. The WHIP is good, 1.06, 94.1 innings pitched, 72 hits, 108 Ks, 28 walks. And he's given up 13 homers. So if we get the good Castillo today, especially since they modified their lineup and the last 3 or 4 in the lineup, the last 3 specifically, normally don't play on a regular basis. So we should be able to hopefully take advantage. But fingers crossed, I definitely would love to be able to get this win and, get 2 out of 3. And it looks like we're going to be able to get some Dave Sims and Dan Wilson. I love that. Sour Vanilla in the building. What's good? He said, let's go, M's. Let's hope Castillo is proper format and the bats play with patience. Of course, and if that happens, we will win today. And I do have a good feeling that we can get this done just because their lineup is not full strength. And I'm not really sure if we're really intimidated by their starting pitcher today. But again, their starting pitcher yesterday got 11 Ks, and we were still able to win in extraordinary fashion. So I'm hoping that we can get the dub as well. Sarah in the building, what's good? Let's get to 100 in donuts. Let's do it. Lots of baseball action today. I did see that the NASCAR Xfinity race, and obviously, it got rained out, and then they gave Cole Custer the win after only a couple laps, and then they decided to kind of just cancel the rest of the race. On the Xfinity side, and on the Cup side, they were supposed to start around 2:30, but when I checked this morning, it sounds like the weather is a big issue in Chicago. So really unfortunate that they weren't able to complete the Xfinity race because it's the first time that they were doing this race in the city of Chicago. So this is not like in a normal, set like small oval or short track or something that's going to be like off-road track or something like a Sonoma, right? Or Watkins Glen, like a road race. It was actually going to be within some of the streets that they kind of blocked off so that they could have this, I don't know, it's like a couple miles. I would assume 2.5 mile track, less than 100 laps. So you guys can keep me updated, Sarah, on that if we're actually going to have that. I'll go to NASCAR.com here in probably about an hour and a half. But hopefully they end up getting the race done because I would love to watch. But I am ready for this matchup. Let's go. 3 inches of rain. Oh, wow. That's not good. Flooding. But hopefully things are good. I know Elliot said that it was getting pretty crazy where he lived as well there in the Midwest. I appreciate all your support with everything with the channel through the good, the bad, and the ugly. We are growing. And we will get to the pinnacle. There's no doubt about that. And then obviously once the living situation settles in and, once I get settled in with everything there, then, I'll definitely be able to, because like I said, I always like to be able to show gratitude and show appreciation for the people that really have my back and really want me to succeed with my dream, as well as being a big part of the channel, facilitating, being the main mod. So, we'll definitely figure some things out. I owe you a couple T-shirts, or some merch, for some Colts, for some Iowa Hawkeyes or something of that nature, or Cardinals. As we are, once I get transition, we'll figure some stuff out. But I definitely appreciate everything that you have done with the channel. And like I said, I need to be able to have people that are going to be reliable. I need to be able to people that are going to be loyal and people that are going to be here. And like I said, even though we have a couple other backups, with like Elliot or Jameson or Matt, they're not you. So I really do appreciate you. I'll make sure we get things situated with you to show that appreciation. And hopefully we end up having a good game today. Start at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, what time? My time? Pacific. So they delayed it an hour and a half because it was supposed to start at 2:30 Pacific. So, oh yeah, I can do that. So, like I said, if my financial situation was, you firsthand have seen, we've had great days, we've had record-breaking days, and then we've also had some tough days too. So, we're not at that mode like we were in maybe 2022 for Central. Oh, so maybe okay. Well, they were going to do it at 2 or 2:30. I thought 2:30 was going to be something. Maybe they rescheduled it. So 4 Central would be 2 Pacific, correct? So 2 Pacific, 4 Central or Midwest time, and then 5 would be because it's usually a 2-hour difference for because I'm in Oregon, I'm on the West Coast. So 2 hours difference in the Midwest, 3 hours difference for like Odin Sun in New York. I would assume that's what we're dealing with. But let me know. Keep me updated. And let's go over the lineups here and what we have settled. Obviously, I got Castillo there on the thumb. Let's go, baby. All right, let's get it going here. Leading off for the Rays, right fielder Josh Lowe. Batting second, shortstop Wander Franco. Batting third, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Batting cleanup and batting fourth for Tampa, first baseman Luke Riley. Batting fifth, DHing for Tampa, Harold Ramirez. Batting sixth, third baseman Isaac Paredes. Batting seventh, catcher Francisco Mejia. Batting eighth, center fielder Manuel Mago. And batting ninth, second baseman Vidal Brujan. And on the mound for the Rays, Taj Bradley. I got a couple nice ones of Taj. Hopefully he doesn't rough us up too much. Let's go, baby. All right, first pitch is coming up right around the corner. Plenty of time for me to get into the lineups here. Daniel in the building. What's good? All right, leading off for the Mariners, shortstop J.P. Crawford. Batting second, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Batting third, first baseman Ty France. Batting fourth, right fielder Teoscar Hernandez. Batting fifth, left fielder Jared Kelenic. Batting sixth, third baseman Eugenio Suarez. Batting seventh, DHing for Seattle, Mike Ford. Batting eighth, catching for Seattle today, Tom Murphy. And batting ninth, second baseman Jose Caballero. And on the mound, arguably our best pitcher, Luis Castillo. And even though the record, doesn't say it, hopefully we can get that turned around because he's too good to be 500 or a game below. But when the bats typically aren't there, that's what happens. But I still put him on the thumb. So let's go, baby. So 2 Pacific. Oh, wow. So maybe because they decided to cancel the Xfinity race, then if the weather is good, they're just trying to get it done before, anything might happen. So I'll turn on NASCAR.com and I'll go and do an in-car camera of maybe Chase Elliott or Ross Chastain or Kyle Larson, and I'll keep tabs on it, and that'll be in about an hour. So, all right. 4-3. Ooh, there's some pretty good games. Lots of action. And again, all the action today as we're going into 4th of July weekend, an extended weekend as we're going into, obviously, 4th is on Tuesday. So, a lot of the games on Sunday end early, and we only have one game late at like 4. So I figured, there's nothing else to do. And I mean, do I really want to do that last game, that has really no relevance, for us whatsoever? I'd rather do games that we care about instead of like the Giants and the Mets. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's maybe about 5 or 6 hours too early, but sometimes we just have to stream when the games are on and then go from there. So, and then once we can get a better turnout for NASCAR or maybe freestyle streams. We can always consider those in the future. But it looks like for the time being, it's going to be games, whatever the game may be, NHL, NBA, MLB, NFL, college football. That's going to be probably our wheelhouse, unless I start doing some like uploads of like top tens or like YouTube shorts or something of that nature. So, all right, baby, let's go. And this lineup is modified for Tampa. The bottom three don't play on a regular basis. So if we can just get off to a fast start, get some hits, and pitch like Luis should, we should be able to get this. There's really no excuses. So, and hopefully we'll get some of our Mariner crew and some of our baseball fans in the building. But I am ready to go. Yeah, they kind of fumbled the bag with the whole LA night thing, unless they have, something, unless they have something planned. You know what I mean? Like special for him. Like something bigger than that, or he already is going to have a belt opportunity. Like he's already going to be feuding. Maybe he'll be feuding. With Damian Priest, and then he'll get the belt from Damian Priest. Or there is no guarantee that Damian Priest or EO, when they cash in, they'll actually get it. What if they are one of the unlucky ones where they don't get it? So, we'll have to wait and see on how that all, works out. But I'm hoping it does. Let's go, baby. I'm excited. And again, anytime, we can end up having, someone like Castillo, that's going to be big. So, what's good, man? How are you? Yeah, good luck, man. Like I said, and that's a lot of people when they talk sports, let alone with their friends or with people, in person, lots of shit talking, sometimes friendly, not so friendly. But I do have a mad respect for all the teams and all the sports, and I think that's why I connect with so many different people. Just putting myself in the shoes of being someone like a Rays fan. But hey, something that we do have in common. I am a Buck fan. I do live here in Oregon, but I have been a Bucks fan, a hardcore Bucks fan since '95. So, and obviously that's where most people know me from, is doing Bucks games and doing NFL, Oregon Ducks, college football, as well as Mariners and a few other things. So we're going to be shitty this year, but next year, once we end up getting maybe Caleb Williams, Drake May, or Michael Penix Jr., then I think we'll be able to compete with the Saints. So it's the only team not from Oregon or Washington that I support on a heavy level. So swing and a miss, 0-2 count, and there we go. So for me, it's like, Mariners, Blazers, Ducks, so everything in the Pacific Northwest. And the only team, it's because of Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks, John Lynch, Mike Allstott. I felt that those were guys I could connect with rather than anyone that they had on the Seahawk defense back in the day or the Niners. I didn't want to be a bandwagon and just hop on 5 championships with Joe Montana and Steve Young. But if I was going to be a fan of another team, I would have ended up being a Niner. So, but I decided, you know what? That's not me. I don't want to hop on. And I had a weird feeling that they would never win again for a long, long time. And I was right. You can't replace Montana and Young. Got him. There we go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Well, we're openly tanking. So we're going to be one of the top 3 worst teams in NFL this year. And that's okay, And like I said, there's going to be some opportunities to be able to get a franchise changing quarterback. We've never had one. So Caleb Williams or Drake May from North Carolina, Caleb is a little bit more of a two-way guy with his legs. Drake May is more of a pocket guy. So either one, or even a Michael Penix Jr. popped up. There's Teoscar, 2 away. Good start for us. And you don't got Diaz out there, so the lineup is modified. So this is definitely in our favor. This is not your guys' strongest lineup or pitcher. So if you guys do win, it shows you how great you really are. So we got the strikeout on low. All right. We ended up getting the pop-up there by Franco. And then next up, left fielder Randy Arozarena. He's a stud. I really like a lot of the players on your team. No lie. If there was ever an opportunity to swoop up a few of your guys in the future. I mean, they're very, very talented, and I'll definitely be rooting for you guys to keep it up. At the back end after the All-Star break, it's nice to be able to see new teams that were maybe good a couple years ago, or maybe it's been a minute. But with the Rays and the Rangers, that's nice to see. And then obviously we know the Braves. They're kind of like the Dodgers from a couple years ago. They're kind of the team to beat. So we'll see if the American League teams can hang tough. But yeah, whoever wins, it has been a good series. I don't know if you thought it was going to be good. If you guys thought most Rays fans probably thought they would sweep the Mariners, but we haven't been very good this year. But every once in a while, we'll be pushing the limits. So, trust me, I follow football more than most people on YouTube or Twitch. Or anybody that's on social media. I mean, if the Pat McAfee show watches this show, EA Sports watches this, we are tanking. You have to look at who we have, popped up, back, gone. Wow, what a homer there. But you got to understand with who we have right now, a little fireworks there. Nice 1-0 from Razarena. Not good for us, but nice home run for you. But we got Baker Mayfield. He's garbage. Then you got Wolford, the backup from the Rams. He's garbage. Then you got Kyle Trask, backup to Brady. Then went to Florida for a couple years and backed up. But we don't know if he's good enough to be the starter. We're going to be fucking terrible. All right. And that's just me being completely honest. And maybe you need to read up a little bit more on the Bucks. If you haven't read up on them and you've been focusing on the Rays, but we're going to be terrible. But that's on purpose. And again, we're going to try to win 0 to 5 games, and then somewhere in there, hopefully we end up getting our franchise QB. And then once we do, then we will be able to compete with the Saints. But it's going to be very, very ugly this year. Oh, 1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And I'll give Randy a little love there. Nice home run by Randy. 1-0 Rays. Didn't even know if it was going to drift and go out that far, but there we go. Got him. Yes. Okay. First baseman Luke Raley strikes out. Luis, obviously gotten some strikeout chemistry, but again, giving up the big home run, and that's kind of been an issue. So we'll see where it goes, but definitely not the best inning for us, but I'll take it. We'll see where it goes. Come on, Luis. You got to be better. All right, leading off for the Mariners in the bottom of the first inning, shortstop J.P. Crawford. Batting second, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. And batting third, first baseman Ty France. Let's go, baby. What's good, man? I appreciate that. Well, hopefully we don't give up a whole lot of home runs and we can actually get some production. I appreciate you. Thanks for the follow. Obviously, I always follow back for the most part, as soon as you typically see it on the Instagram or Twitter side, and go M's. Let's see if we can get this dub. And like I said, the bottom half of the lineup is new. So it's not regular guys. So really, there's no excuse. If Luis pitches like he should, we're going to win. If he pitches like he's pitched in the last few starts, we're going to lose. So hopefully we get the good Luis, not the bad Luis, and we'll be fine. So even though he gave up that, top of the first homer to Randy Arozarena. Let's go, baby. Our turn. All right, come on, baby. Batting averages are disgusting. All right, bottom of the first, 1-0 Rays with Randy Arozarena. All right, he's going to be in the home run derby with Mookie and Julio and a few others. Vlad Jr., like Sarah said. So it will be interesting to see what happens in the home run derby. It's going to be lit. And the All-Star game will be fantastic. Too bad I can't go, but at least I got 2 of my really good buddies that are going. So it's not like none of us are going to experience it. 1-1 pitch to JP. 4 for 7 this series. Drop foul, and JP has been playing well. JP with a blooper. Yes. Wow. Oh, wow. Automatic double. Wow. JP's starting to get on a little bit of a heater, getting some home run power, and he's connecting with hits. Good job. Nice job, JP. Yes. Next up, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J Rod. Yeah, I appreciate Lauren also helping on the Twitter side and the Instagram side. Anyone that we can, get. And I know there's a lot of Mariner fans that are out there. Just maybe not a lot of them are necessarily on Twitch or YouTube. But I feel that if more people, start looking, or once we start doing better, that's probably a part of it too. We haven't been as good as we were last year, and if we were, we probably would have a bigger presence with more Mariner fans going on YouTube and wanting to watch the game with other Mariner fans, or finding someone that is maybe a Mariner YouTuber like myself. So, and there's not very many of us out there. I feel I'm the most full time out of all of them. And then there's a few people that are Seahawks streamers that do it once in a while, but I feel I'm the only one really doing it full time. So eventually they'll catch on. Popped up by Julio. Margot. One away. JP tags up and goes back. Good decision there. Next up for the Mariners, first baseman, Ty France. Let's go, Ty. Yeah, he's very likable. I like him a lot. I always like the Ichiro, the D Gordons, JP, like the leadoff hitters. But of course, you need to get guys that have production. So, what I really like is the announcers for the Mariners. These are probably my favorite with Dave Sims. Love him. And then obviously you got Dan Wilson. I got the bobble here right in front of me with Randy Johnson, and that was Randy Johnson's catcher from back in the day. So, I mean, we have a couple pairings of announcers, but this is my favorite. So I'm glad they decided to use these two today. 268 average for France, 7 homers. That's very low for him at this point this year. 1 for 9 this series. We need you to get some RBIs today. We don't even need homers. So, yeah. I mean, I feel that I've taught everyone and complained to everyone in every baseball stream that even if you're not familiar with watching the Mariners on a regular basis like me, just by hearing me rant about how much reaching that we're doing, for first 2 pitches in the lineup, it's just horrendous. Little dribbler towards third, 2 away. Next up for the Mariners, right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. Let's go, Teo. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's go. Anything crazy going on with the rest of the scores and with the rest of the MLB action today? Any updated news on the NASCAR race? If you got anything, like I said, don't hesitate to not type it in there. Anything that's like newsworthy. Last time I saw the Dodgers were still down pretty bad, and I imagine looks like they still are. Bottom of the first, 1-0 Rays. Teoscar popped up foul. Beautiful weather there in Seattle and here in Oregon. I assume it's around mid 80s in both locations. So 0-2 pitch from Bradley to Hernandez. Chopper right up the middle. Franco. Wow, what an athletic play by Franco. That's why he's so good. End of the first inning, 1-0 Tampa. All right, end of the first inning. Tampa's up 1-0. Next up for the Rays, leading off in the top of the second, DHing for Tampa, Harold Ramirez. Batting second, third baseman, Isaac Paredes. And batting third this inning, catcher Francisco Mejia. We still got Castillo on the mound. Kind of sucks that he already gave up a homer, but he's able to get Ks. So it's not like he's not able to do that. I mean, shit, he got 2 Ks, in that first inning, but that's kind of his thing. It's either getting roughed up really bad and not getting a whole lot of Ks, or he'll still get a couple, but sometimes he'll give up that big home run or that big RBI, and that's why his record has been below 500. I mean, the ERA is pretty good. He's got good command and good movement, but I feel that Bryce Miller has started to kind of catch up a little bit. Same thing with George Kirby. There's not that much of a gap as it was, maybe in the early stages where Castillo was clearly the one. Now, I feel Bryce Miller, is normally our one. And you could argue George Kirby's right there too. So I really do like those two guys. And then, like I said, Wu is starting to, get better, even though he's taking losses, but he has 8 to 10K power, just like Kirby, Castillo, and Miller. So we got 4 guys that can get 10Ks. And then you got, Logan Gilbert that's kind of, maybe he can get 2 to 5. So obviously we have one kind of poor starter, and then all the rest are pretty good. I mean, and if I have to take losses with Wu or Kirby or Miller or, Castillo, that's fine, but I want to be able to see some improvement in some production. So let's go. Oh, nice. Did you end up winning that second half of that doubleheader yesterday, or did you end up losing it? Did you win the first game, lose the second game? Donovan, nice. He's been good. 9. Ooh, that's not good. My dad won't be happy about that. I saw Mookie get a double, and it looked like they were starting to have maybe something, but obviously that didn't manufacture into anything. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Won the first game, lost the second. Oh, okay. All right, hold up one sec here. Obviously, 2-0 Rays, not what I want to see. Castillo, man. Oh. Castillo, 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 Castillo. What are you doing to me? Paredes with a homer, 349 feet. Come on. Unbelievable. All right, hold on one sec here. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Come on now. Oh, Paredes, you killing me. And obviously, we got a big blast there. 2-0 Rays. I don't know what happened to Castillo. He used to be good. Oh, 2-0. Come on. So I don't know what the hell is going on. I gotta be able to refresh some of this stuff here. It's very odd what's happening here. So hopefully things get fixed here through the provider. There we go. Big home run. Obviously, there was a little bit of an issue, with the broadcast. So I was waiting for everything to kind of get synced up again. And then in that time period when that happened, right, third baseman Isaac Paredes fucking blasted and went for a homer. So that's just excellent. So now we're sitting at a top of the first, Arozarena homer for 359 feet, and then Paredes homered to left also 349. So now we're fucking sitting at 2-0. So not a good sign. I mean, we're out of the inning now. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Come on. That's tough. Well, I mean, goddamn. I mean, if we can't actually get Luis to actually play like Luis Castillo, that's why I've been telling people in the last, maybe month or so, he hasn't been very good. and that's why he's below 500. He's 5-6, and that's why I've been telling people Bryce Miller is the best pitcher on our team. Luis is a name, but if he hasn't been stepping up, I can't consider him the best pitcher anymore. Yes, he's been very, very good for us normally, but as of late, within the last month, he's been ass. He hasn't really been good. He can get strikeouts, but you're giving up home runs. You got 3 Ks at this point, which is pretty good, but you've given up 2 solo shots. That's not good. And we normally can't get a lot of homers or big hits either. So I'm starting to put him lower in the pecking order. And for me, now it's Bryce Miller 1, George Kirby 2. Castillo, you're down to 3. You're only ahead of Gilbert and Wu at this point. And I know that sounds a little crazy, but it's the truth. All right, next up for the Mariners, leading off, Jared Kelenic in the bottom of the second. Batting second, third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. And batting third, DHing for Seattle, Mike Ford. Ooh, that sounds good. I did scrambled eggs, the expensive, the thicker bacon, some toast. I did that a little bit earlier, and then me and Paisley went down to the river, and we had our nice long, hour and a half walk before it got too hot, so our paws wouldn't get burnt. We like to go in early in the morning or late at night. So, all right. Well, we're already in the hole 2-0. Thanks a lot, Castillo. And like I said, it's like I want to be able to give him, that proper due and proper respect. But again, I can't. It's like with Julio. I can be the biggest fan of him, but if you keep chasing pitches and you keep striking out and getting yourself an 0-2 count, at some point we have to call you out on it. We still are going to support, to the very, very end, but we have to be able to criticize when criticized and give credit when credit is due. So, bottom of the second, 2-0 Tampa, 2 solo shots on Castillo. There goes Jared. God damn it. Next up, third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. I hope we can get hits because, again, a lot of times we average about 5 hits and 4 runs per game or less. That's not a lot. So it's very rare for us to really get over 4 runs and over 5 hits. Sometimes it'll happen, but usually we can't manufacture many games in a row above that. It seems like we've maxed out maybe of 2 games or 3 games in a row with those kind of numbers, and then it drops off. Like we'll get 10 to 13 runs in a game, and the next game we might lose 2-0, 3-1. It's just disgusting, but that's baseball for you, right? Well, remember I talked about it yesterday. So, it sounded like that was the angle, that she was going to maybe try to do a UFC run. Back. Yes! Let's go, Gino, with a solo shot. Let's go, my boy, Gino. Yes, sir. Finally. Nice job, Gino. Gino with a solo shot. Here we go. Now we're into it. I was going to say, we need the bats to come alive if we have any chance. If Castillo keeps giving up pitches like that. Nice fucking job. Gino with a homer. Next up, DH for Seattle, Mike Ford. Yes, sir. Okay, now I feel better. I was like, oh, man, 2-0 already? Even my Mariner buddies have been pretty quiet. And normally when Castillo was all right, I think we all kind of know what to expect. He's a name, but we can't guarantee that it's even going to lead to a win or not. So, popped up. Wow, 3 guys in the vicinity, 2 away. Next up, catcher Tom Murphy. Yeah, because after Noons, retired, that was the word that she might have a little. I don't know how long she'll go, but a little bit of a comeback tour. Maybe make some money. And it would. And you got to think it would get ratings. She's more popular there. I'd be more willing to watch her on UFC than WWE. WWE is not even watchable, but UFC, yeah. I'm not going to pay $50, $100 specifically for her, but if there's a nice event and she's just a part of it, yeah, maybe I would consider, figuring something out, depending on if they had a good card. So, 1-0 pitch. Pitch is outside. 2-0 count to Murphy. Tampa 2, Seattle 1, bottom of the second. Going against one of the best teams in baseball, the Rays. So hopefully we can manufacture, not only home runs, but some quality RBIs as well. So it's like sometimes it's the opposite. It's like Brock Lesnar with his wrestling background, back when he was in like junior high and high school and college, in Minnesota. Like, if he goes to UFC, you don't really care. But obviously WWE, you're like, yeah, let me see what's going on, It's very, very hard to start off with wrestling and then go to UFC, or start in UFC and come to wrestling, because it's like you got to train your mind and your body to not act the same way. So, and Ronda obviously has not figured that out. All right, bottom of the second, 2-1, Tampa. Let's go, Murphy. Elliot, my boy, how are you? What's good, bro? Are you guys back from your bros trip? Big swing and a miss, full count. Let's go, baby. And I'm glad I finally figured out with, having to move the lighting and everything. I was like, I feel like my lighting is shorting out a little bit with the cord that's attached to it, but it kept like having some distortion, like on the corners on the opposite side of my name. And then I finally figured out it was just my fucking fan blowing against the green screen, obviously in the distance, and it was causing that. So now we don't have that issue. I was like, do I have to buy new lighting? I was like, I don't know if I have to buy it now, but because of course you have to have fantastic lighting to do streaming, and with the green screen, if you don't, you're fucked. So, all right, next up in the bottom of the second, runner at first, Jose Caballero. Good. Did you have a great bros trip? What was the best part? I mean, obviously, baseball game, you had that 7-hour train ride that was supposed to be 2 hours, got to the 5th inning, but you still had fun. But it sounded like that concert was like the it thing for you guys. Sounded like you guys really enjoyed yourselves there. So, and how many bros went with you? Well, you and like 5 other best friends went. That's a good time, dude. You usually roll pretty deep. It looks like with you and the homies. It looks like you guys are usually rolling like 5 to 7 people typically. So, good memories made, bro. Come on, baby. Taj Bradley on the mound. I'll give him some love, but not before hopefully we get another hit here. Chop foul. I still give love to the other team. You got to, man. You got to want to be biased. You don't want to be one of those guys or girls. All right, Taj, I see you. Plus, I really do enjoy doing the extra work for the other teams, because how am I ever going to learn anything about the other teams if I can't match a face to a name? Pitch is low, 1-2 count. Especially with baseball, it's one thing to know all your players and your team and your backups, but to be able to know everyone in the league, that's really challenging. And most people would not do it unless their profession was, baseball, and you had to know that information. So, but I've had a nice ride being able to learn about the league as a whole. And I feel like my understanding of the league as a whole has broadened dramatically. Instead of me knowing everything about the Mariners and the Dodgers for my dad, it's like I feel I have a pretty good grasp on most of the teams, even though I haven't seen every team yet this season, but I've seen a chunk already. So come on, baby. Let's go. 2-1 Rays. I might have to refresh this here. End of the second inning, still 2-1. Rung him up. Come on, Jose. All right, Taj, I'll give you love. I'll give you some love. Taj, how many Ks you got now? Taj has got 2 Ks. Castillo's got 3, but Castillo's also given up 2 homers. Taj 1. So at least we're getting a little bit of action with the home run ball, but I don't really know if we're going to have enough to be able to win this game, but I'll still give you some love, Taj. Just, you can't be doing too good today. No 10 or 11 or 12K game. Nothing like that. All right, let me go back here. So I've been watching X-Men, the cartoon from like the early 90s, and I've been trying to catch up on the Blacklist. So I'm on season 9, and season 10 is the last season. It's about to wrap up and finish the show forever. but I think there's like 22 episodes each season. And if you're really looking for something that's intense with like crime and FBI and shooting and drama and just up tempo, fast paced, all kinds of just crazy shit that's going on, it's a very, very good show. Like, I don't even know if I have ever seen a better TV actor ever in my life than Raymond Reddington with James Spader. That guy did such a fucking good job. Like, it's all kinds of international crime through the, FBI and all the like the drug syndicates and everything. It's done so well. And then they obviously have their like little FBI room, and they have, people that are investigating, and he's working with them and all these crimes and things that are going on. But I would recommend that. If you've never watched it, I would. It's a good one. All right, leading off for the Rays, second baseman Vidal Brujan. Batting second this inning, right fielder Josh Lowe. And batting third, phenom shortstop Wanda Franco. All right, come on, Castillo. Do I need to show your photo like 10, 15 times? What's going on, man? Let's get it together. You used to be our number one, and you're not even our number one anymore. Come on, man. Come on, Luis. I mean, obviously, Luis has got the stuff. He's got the speed, but he hasn't been hitting his spots. And Miller's got that heat and fire. Woo's got the fire. Kirby's a little bit more finesse, even though he can pitch really, high, 95 to 97, 98 once in a while. And then Gilbert is just average everything. We don't really see anything spectacular out of him, and that's why he's been our worst pitcher. He doesn't have the it factor at all. That's foul. Top of the third, 2-1 Tampa. Let's go, Luis. Chopper, right up the middle. Jose with a shitty throw to first. Get his ass out of there. Jose, you've already fucked up like many, many, many times. You can't play defense. And, even our hitting is down as a whole. At this point, I would rather have Colton Wong out there. And I know that sounds crazy, but you can't defend. And not only you can't defend, you can't throw to first properly. Okay. And I'll take, Colton Wong getting it done all the time, and then maybe not being able to get as a hits as often. But Jose's got to go to the bench. I've seen way too many errors and fuck ups by him. I like his hitting more than Colton Wong, but if you're giving up bases and giving up potential runs, you're hurting the team. So I think we need to start putting Colton Wong back at second. That's unexcusable there. Come on. Padres, I'm sorry, man. It's tough. But again, eventually you guys will get it figured out, There's another hit. Now he's digging the third, all from that dumbass play from Jose Caballero, can't playing fucking defense. So a very normal line drive just right up to you. Get it with the glove, throw it to first. I know baseball's the hardest sport to play besides golf, but, I mean, if you're a professional player, I mean, come on, dude. And at least Wong was a former Gold Glover. Can't hit worth a shit, but at least he can play defense. And now you got Castillo struggling. Now we got runners on the corners, and they're going to score more than likely at least a run here. So just irritating, man. But I got to call him out, man. I'm sick and tired of these bullshit bobbles and these bullshit throws to first. It's one thing to bobble it when it comes at you, but then to have a shitty throw after you bobble it, that's unexcusable, period. Come on. So runners on the corners. It's 2-1 Tampa. No outs. This is not good. I can feel the momentum already shifting out of our hands already. I know that's tough, dude. That's tough. Well, just winning games for the three of our teams, Yumi and Sarah, is like pulling fucking teeth. It's like everyone else is just, everyone's just so happy, with their teams, with like, Tampa and, the Rangers and the Braves, even the Dodgers, all these teams. And, here's our three teams that were really good last year, and we just can't fucking find ways to win. Hitting good, pitching bad. Pitching good, hitting bad. Pitching and hitting bad. It's like we can't win. It's like, can we get good hitting and good pitching for a game? And not only that, can we get it for multiple games in a row? And the answer is no. Popped up, 1 out. Kelenic throwing home. Safe, 3-1 Rays. Telling you. And like I said, even I put Louise on the thumb there. But again, even when I talked to Jeff when I went to Safeway a couple hours ago to grab some beverages, and he's like, Louise is on the mound, but he said it too. He's like, he hasn't been very good in the last month. And I said, I know. So Bryce Miller is our one. And I said that even before this start. He's our best pitcher. Kirby's our second best. Louise goes down to third, maybe Wu fourth, and Gilbert fifth. Rosarena in the box. Big swing and a miss. I like Randy. There's quite a few players on Tampa that I actually like. Diaz, who's not playing today, the leadoff hitter's awesome. Randy's awesome. Wanda Franco is the future, kind of like their version of Julio, as far as like a young new prospect. They got some exciting pieces on the team, and a lot of them are batting 300 or close to 300. So, of course, he's going to get a hit. Where's the hit? Where is it, Randy? I know it's coming. There it is. Called it. There, bloop single. Now runners at first and second. I mean, we almost got to pull Castillo out already. It's the third inning. Golly. Next up, first baseman Luke Haley. Unbelievable, man. But again, if your number one pitcher is like 7-3, 8-2, then you're probably feeling pretty good. But if your number one pitcher is 5-6, chances are your team probably sucks ass, and we do. But we can still compete with the big boys every once in a while, like when we won yesterday. We're not a complete utter failure, but sometimes it feels like it. And another hit. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. We already lost. The game's over. It's 4-1. You got me. 5-1. You got me out here like Orange Cassidy. Castillo, you're garbage. Garbage. How dare I put you on the thumb? I might not even put him on the thumb anymore. If his starts come up, I'll put Bryce and I'll put Kirby, but maybe I'll just go to Julio or someone else. But he's been terrible. And like I said, yeah, you're Luis Castillo, but you have not been playing well. You're the one letting it down. You're the one that's supposed to be the catalyst. You're supposed to be the horse. You're supposed to be the thoroughbred. Okay? And you're not. But thank God we have Bryce and Kirby. But that's what I'm saying. Like, just because a guy was a 1 before, like Logan Gilbert, he went from 1 to 2. Now he's 6. Now Louise was a 1 last year, all the way up to this year. Now he's a 3. I mean, that's the story of the Mariners right now. 5-1 Tampa. And it's all because of Luis Castillo because he's fucking garbage. God damn, sucks. I mean, can't we just at least compete? Now you're asking way too much for our hitters. When we're batting like 220, 230 as a team, like you fucked up and now we're down by 4. Like, how the fuck are we supposed to make that up, dude? Nice job, Louise, you idiot. Now all the Mariner people are like, boo, Louise. Popped up, foul. Louise, boo. How many O's should I do? B-O-O-O-O-O-O-O-O-O-O-O. I got to do at least like 50. All right, send. Fuck. Everyone, all the people out here were all in the same boat. Chopper towards second. Throw is high, safe. God, we're terrible. We are, the Boo Birds are coming out again. Like, remember a couple days ago when we ended up losing when we were up 4-0, and then the fans started to boo because we're not doing the simple things, to win. We got to be able to defend and throw to first properly. Now that's JP throwing high, and then the runner gets safe on first. It's like unexcusable errors, that's on defense. Make a good throw to first. Yeah, we're getting killed out there, but you're not helping. And now another guy is safe. Like I said, Sauer, Louise is garbage. You know what I mean? He used to be our 1, like Gilbert. Gilbert was a 1. Louise came in, then he was the 1. Gilbert went to 2. Now Gilbert is 6. Louise is sliding down the pecking order now. Louise is like 3rd or 4th. He's garbage with Gilbert. Now the only guys that we can really count on are Bryce Miller 1, George Kirby 2, and I hate to say it, but Wu 3. Wu will lose games, but at least he has a chance to get 10 Ks. Fucking Castillo and Gilbert can't. I mean, Castillo used to be able to get to 10 Ks, but seems like he can't really get there anymore. And if he does get close to 8 to 10 Ks, he's given up 5 homers. It's like, how are we supposed to win? And you know what's a real shitty thing? They replaced 3 guys in their lineup that never play on the last guys in the lineup, 7, 8, 9. And we still can't even beat them when the lineup isn't even 100% for them. Fucking brutal, dude. Brutal. Now it's 6-1. Hey, let's just keep adding fuel to the fire. Man, unbelievable. There's another hit. The Boo Birds are going to come out in Seattle like, we're used to effort when we lose. We're at least, we give up home runs, we give up RBIs, fine. But defense, that's what we pride ourselves on, being able to play great D and, to be able to get those good throws at first. And if we can't even do the basics, how the hell are we going to win games? Playoffs is totally out of the question. Brutal. 6-1 Rays. 6 runs on 7 hits. And supposedly this is our best pitcher, which it isn't. Brutal, 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 brutal. Big swing and a miss, 0-2 count. Oh man, oh man, oh man. But at least I'm realistic and I'm not going to ever be biased. So, when we're good, we're good. But when we're bad, there's no sugarcoating it. Still going to watch. I'm not one of those people that just quits and gets, that rage. Like, when you quit at a video game and you just throw the fucking controller down on the ground, and you turn the system off and you storm out, punch a wall, punch a door. Yeah, I'm still going to keep it moving, but that's tough. Top of the third, Tampa 6, Seattle 1, Luis Castillo, garbage. Well, part of that has got to be Scott Service, and part of it is the players have to believe that we're going to be able to win. And obviously, with our pitchers, they can't hit the spot. We are playing a very talented team. One of the top 3 in Major League Baseball. So maybe when we play the Rangers or the Rays or the Braves, we got to throw some of the statistics out of the window. We have to assume that we're going to lose, but that's just rough. Absolutely rough, man. Tough, tough, tough. Come on, baby. 6-1. You killing me out here. Top of the third, 2 outs, 6-1. Castillo to Mago, 0 for 1 with a K. Nine. Oh, gosh. That's tough. All right, we're going to the bottom of the third. Mago grounded out to the shortstop, so hopefully we can find a way to manufacture something. But, I mean, we're not winning this game. If you can't play defense, how are you going to play offense? That's facts. All right, let's go to the bottom of the third. Due up for the Mariners, 1 for 1. Shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Batting second, 0 for 1. Center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. And batting third, 0 for 1. First baseman, Ty France. Come on, baby. Oh, man. 6-1. Brutal, brutal, brutal. I'm afraid to look at the stats. Okay, how many Ks does Bradley have? 2. Castillo has 3. 3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 Ks. Fucking terrible. Then we got the Giants coming up, so we'll see how we play against them. That's not necessarily going to be an easy win. Nice win against the Yankees there that I see. So Cardinals 5, Yankees 1 in the top of the 9th. Astros 4, Rangers 1. Tigers 8, Rockies 5. Angels 4, Diamondbacks 2. White Sox 3, A's 0. Cubs and Guardians with a rain delay. And then Orioles 2, Twins 1 final. Braves 6, Marlins 3 with the final. And then the rest are finals. 5-4 Nats over the Phillies. Brewers 6-3 over the Pirates. 5-4 Red Sox over the Jays. 4-3 Reds over the Padres. And then Royals beat the Dodgers 9-1 in the last game of the night. Is going to be on at 4, which is Mets and the Giants. Who's pitching today? Stripling and Peterson, so not that an exciting of a matchup. I don't know why they chose that game for. And I don't like the fact that they do the ESPN Sunday Night Baseball at 4. You should be doing Sunday Night Baseball at 5, 6, or 7 o'clock. Why are you doing it at 4 o'clock? It's like too early. You should be doing it like at 5 to 6 o'clock, but it is what it is, I guess. Ron's in the building. What's good? All right, bottom of the third, 6-1 Tampa, leading off J.P. Crawford. 1-0 pitch. Pitch is high. 2 balls, no strikes. Come on, baby. 249 average this season, 7 homers and 30 ribbies for JP. He's been hot as of late, but there has been some errors made with his defense. You know, him and Jose Caballero, their defense. JP normally his defense is great, but just as of late, he's been a little sloppy. Bradley with his 12th major league start. 3-0 count now with a strike, 3-1 count. Yep. You know, you got to take any little win that you can, for sure. JP, line drive to the first baseman, 1 away. Yeah, so it looks like they're going to have to keep waiting. Initially, it was 2:30. So I was thinking, I don't know how they're going to go from 2:30 to 2, because if they've already delayed the other race, it probably shit's not good enough yet. So I assume the weather is not good there. And pitches inside to Julio, 1-0 count. Come on, J-Rod. One-0 pitch is outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Come on, Julio. Big swing and a miss. 2-1 count. Come on, J-Rod. We still love you. You know, you're just trying way too hard. Okay? Just gotta relax. RELAX, baby. Two-one pitch. Chop foul. 2-2 count. Thank you. I appreciate that. 2-2 pitch. Julio. Oh, right over the outfielder. Was that right over Randy? There we go. Nice stand-up double by Julio Rodriguez, my guy. There we go. Sarah donates, and we get a Julio hit right at the same time. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. $5 holla. $5 holla. Bang, bang. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let me know what you want to do for photos. Anyone on the Cardinals that you want? Gorman or one of those guys? I got you. $5. Let's get to Hundo. 95 to go. And I know, like I said, not necessarily ideal to stream at like 9, 10, 11, 12, or 1, when we normally stream at 5 to 7. But when there's no games on at that time, sometimes you got to, take the early game for what it is. So, all right, bottom of the third, 6-1 Tampa, runner at second, 1 out. Batting third in the order, Ty France. Come on, Ty. 0-1 pitch, fouled off. Come on, Ty. Let's go, bud. 0-2 pitch to Ty. Fair, right down the third baseline. Julio will score. There we go. Nice job. There we go. Nice job. Stand up double for Ty France. 6-2 Mariners. There we go. Next up for the Mariners, right fielder Teoscar Hernandez. Now, if Luis didn't just give up so much, maybe we could have, been able to come back if it was like, we're down 3-1 or 4-1, not 6-1, but at least we're fighting. John's in the building. What's good? First pitch is low. 1 ball, no strike. 6-2 Tampa. Ty France at second. Batting cleanup, Teoscar Hernandez. Hopefully we can get something here. Brendan Donovan. Okay, we'll get you there. Big swing and a miss for Teoscar. 1-1 count. And then tomorrow, the Mariners and Giants will play at 6:45. Wu versus Webb. And then also there is a 7:10 slate with its Keller versus undecided for the Dodgers tomorrow. But we'll end up doing that game. And then on July 4th, Mariners play the Giants at 1:35. Logan Gilbert is starting. But at night, which I'll probably do because I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing with Paisley. I'm not sure if she's going to be able to handle the fireworks or not. And then you got Ortiz and Sheehan going for the Dodgers at 6:10. So I might end up doing that particular stream, or maybe I'll do both. I don't know. We'll kind of wait and see. Mariners come first, but the time. Some people are going to be gone, doing the firework thing, and that's fine. You know what I mean? But if I'm just going to be grinding it out, I'm going to be at home watching stuff anyways with Paisley. It might as well work. So, bottom of the third, 6-2 Tampa. Runner at second, 1 away, 3-2 count to Teoscar. Let's go, baby. Teoscar, little dribbler, runs into the runner. Oh, my. Ty France and the third baseman just clonked. I don't know if they bonked heads or ran into each other full speed. Both of them are on the ground, injured. I hope they're okay. But Ty France, as he was running to third and then as the third baseman was trying to make the play, they ran into each other full speed. I don't think I've ever seen that before, where a guy from second is running to third. The guy from third is trying to collect the dribbler. And as he's trying to collect the dribbler and throw it to first, Ty France and him ran into each other. I'm not sure if they bonked heads. I got to see a replay, but they ran into each other hard, and now they're both on the ground. So I don't know if one of them got a concussion, but let's watch this replay again. So Ty is running, and looks like Paredes maybe got the most of it. Looks like a forearm more to the head. And France wasn't trying to injure him. France is just trying to run to third, and Paredes runs into him. So looks like it was Tampa's fault there. Running. They just kind of got into the same base path. One guy's going from second to third, and the guy at third base is trying to make the play, and he's running up to try to get the grounder, and then they just collided into each other. So, and he was running full speed, maybe 5 steps, and then Ty was running full speed, and now it looks like both of them are getting up. A little shook up, both of them. Hopefully they're both okay. 6-2 Tampa, bottom of the third. Runner at first and 2 outs. And they're and obviously Paredes took the kind of the bigger pop there. And that was between Ty France running from second to third, and then the third baseman, Paredes, and then hopefully he's okay. Now they're having a discussion. I don't, like I said, I've been watching baseball since the 80s. I don't know if I've ever seen that play before, ever. You know, you would think at some point it would probably happen, you know, someone running from first to second, and then, you know, the shortstop collides with the runner or the second baseman. But from second to third, I mean, there's a lot of baseballs that are being hit there. But again, Ty's trying to run into the baseline, and then you had Isaac running full speed up, you know, into the baseline. He was behind the baseline, running into the baseline, trying to get the grounder. And I don't know if he saw Ty at the last minute, and then they fucking collided. And they were, both guys were running pretty fast because they both went down and they sat down on the ground for a few minutes before getting up. So looks like he got his bell rung a little bit, a little shoulder to the head, and then the body. And now I think that they're discussing if Ty France is out or not, or what are we doing here? Oh, you beat Garrett Cole? Hell. So is that Garrett Cole's second loss? Because last time I saw when we played him, he only had 1 loss. So did you give him his second loss? And they're still doing the Supermo right here, where they're going, where Ty France ran into Paredes, and I guess they're having a discussion here on what we're going to have. All right, so it looks like so Ty is safe. So now we got runners on first and third with 1 out. They went and did the review. They got the call right, and now we're going to be able to see if we can, you know, manufacture a little bit more here. I mean, 6-1 is terrible. Luis Castillo is fucking trash, but at least we have Bryce Miller and Kirby. But again, you know, when your number one pitcher is 5-6, and when he should be like 7-3 or 8-2 or 8-3, right? And, you know, the team is batting 220, 230 as a team. These are the type of results that you typically get. Frustrating as hell because we were so good last year, just like John and Sarah's Cardinals and Elliot's Padres. But just because you were good last year don't mean shit this year. And all 3 of our teams are a good example of that. It hurts. 0-1 pitch to Jared Kelenic. Come on, baby. I mean, I already know we have probably a 95% chance to lose this game, but hopefully we can at least make it a game, you know, if we can get a big hit here or at some point in the next couple innings. Yeah, but the only time that we end up winning games like this is if our pitching is good. So that way that we can feed off that momentum and then the hitters start coming alive. But if the pitching is bad, it's kind of hard to assume that the hitting is going to take over. But it could, but it also depends on when your starter goes out. And then it's a whole nother ball game. Once both guys go out, it might be better for us. Once Castillo goes out, maybe things will get a little bit more sharper. Or it could go downhill and even be worse than Luis. So, again, we were up 4-0 and you won 15-4. So, and then, you know, we had, you know, a good performance there in game 2, but your pitcher got 11 Ks. So just because you have a really good day with your starter doesn't mean you're going to be able to hang on. So, yeah, let's hit and play like we want to win instead of just rolling over and acting like we want to die and go eat lunch or dinner, you know. Bottom of the third, 6-2, Tampa. Time is called. Runners at first and third. Come on, Jared. Let's go, baby. Two pitch. Kelenic popped up. Foul. Nice souvenir for a fan. Come on, Kelenic. 0 for 1 with a K. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Last pitch was a cutter. Come on, baby. Man, once I end up getting moved and getting things settled, obviously Root Sports is always going to be the way to go. And anytime you end up, having, streaming through even MLB's plan or other streaming opportunities, sometimes, it's really good, really smooth. And then other times it's just like, what is going on here? And most of the time, the streams end up being pretty smooth, but I don't know what's going on today. The video is fucked up. The audio is fucked up. Refreshing don't work. Technology for you. On deck is Suarez. Come on, baby. Yeah, but once I end up getting situated and I end up having, the Root Sports, regardless if I have Comcast or if I have the Ziply, I'm going to end up getting the internet. But that's just the one thing that's unfortunate. Sometimes when you go through like the MLB package, or if you're doing like a streaming, site, some of them are really good. You got to also find stuff that's not going to give you a phone virus or a computer virus. And like I said, from a lot of the opportunities that if I ended up using one of the links, usually we're good to go. And I usually have no problems, or maybe one time, they have like a little bit of a glitch and then you just refresh and then you're good to go. But on today, I've already had 4 different things pop up. So I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I have absolutely no idea. Because like I said, I had video and then I had audio, and then the video was fucked up, and then I had no audio and just video. And then now it's frozen, and I have no audio or video, and it's just frozen on Jared Kelenic. So hopefully these sons of bitches will get this shit fixed, because I want to watch to see what happens in this game. Still bottom of the third. 6-2. Tampa. All right, looks like we're at a commercial break, so let's see if they ended up fixing it or not. Well, hopefully they'll fix it here, I'm hoping. Yeah, they ran into each other right there. All right, bottom of the third, 2 out, 6-2. Are we having a pitching change? Is that what's going on? What's going on here? I'm not really sure, just because everything is. It's like, I need you to go back from the commercial and let me see, because, like I said, unless you're watching it directly through your cable provider, cable. All right, now we're back. And looks like they fixed it, because again, they had the audio was missing for a little bit, but as soon as I say something, now probably something will be fucked up. But I mean, all we want to do is be able to watch the goddamn game. I want to be able to have the goddamn audio. I mean, it's not asking too much. All right, here we go. Finally. 6-5. And obviously everything needs to be updated on the Mariners' end, as well as the game's end. So obviously it's not reflected, and the game is 6-5. And of course, they get fucking runs, and I didn't even get a chance to see what fucking happened. Thanks a lot, you motherfuckers. All right, let's see what happened. So we had 6-1, and then what happened? And then France, and then I can't even fucking see. Can we load this? God, fucking A, dude. I am lost for words here. What is going on? Can we get an update? The scoreboard isn't fucking updating. I don't even know what the hell is going on here. All right, well, it's 6-5, the top of the fourth. So once this actually gets updated here, I have no idea why this is doing that. So 1 sec here. I have to refresh everything here and see if this will make a difference. There we go. No, still hasn't updated. Can we get the ESPN team to update their shit? God damn. Unbelievable. All right. Well, their shit is all behind, and obviously, a lot of people had issues with the video and the audio through, it looks like, cable, satellite, and streaming platforms. So, apologize for that, but there's nothing I could do. So all their shit is behind, so they have to wait for all this to go and get registered. And then once it all gets registered and flipped up, then we'll get to the actual correct score. Ridiculous. All right, 6-5. Top of the fourth. We'll wait for ESPN to do their fucking job to be able to get things situated. I would like to be able to see how shit happened, but apparently they don't know what they're doing. Swing and a miss. Another K for Luis Castillo. That's his fourth. Yeah, 6-5. Well, the ESPN page is not updating yet, so that's part of the scoreboard. Everything froze through the streaming sites, ESPN, and through cable, satellite, and everything. So depending on where you're at, but I have no idea why they haven't updated. But it is 6-5. I know that. I'm watching it right now, so it just froze temporarily for a couple minutes, and then I don't know. It takes them a while to get it situated, I guess. I don't know what the hell's going on. I've been refreshing like every fucking couple seconds, but apparently they don't know what they're doing. 6-5, Tampa, top of the fourth. Wander Franco, big swing and a miss, 3-2 count. I would like to know what the fuck happened, how we ended up getting those runs, but apparently I'm not going to be able to find out until they update all this shit. Big swing and a miss. Got him. There we go, Louise. All right, we're down 6-5. Wish I would have known how we actually got there. ESPN's a piece of shit. Still it hasn't been able to work. Now I got to go to fucking something else just to see. Technology, you got to fucking love it. Can't even fucking rely on it. Can't count on it. And then hopefully they have it fixed so that way everything will be updated. Even on MLB side, it still shows same thing, 6-3. It still shows on MLB side as well as the I don't know. That's weird. That on the MLB side and on the ESPN side. So obviously when things got frozen, it froze for everyone. And then they're trying to catch up with all the stats and everything else by, making it correct instead of just jumping ahead. They got to be able to put in all the stats and whatnot. I get that, but that's what happens when you end up having a delay. Now, 6-4. These guys are so fucking slow. We're already going into the next fucking inning. Can we get the correct thing? 6-4. So let's see. So France doubled the left. Rodriguez scored, and that was 6-2. Kellenic doubled the left. France scored, and Hernandez scored 6-4. So that's still nice. But what about the fifth run? Where's that? It's crazy how everything is all connected like that, too. ESPN and MLB Network are still lagging. Yeah, but if you go to MLB.com or ESPN, that's what usually that we'll use for the scoreboard with the scores, and so Google might have it, but I don't watch it on fucking Google. It doesn't matter there. I'm just saying as far as like scoreboards are concerned, I'm on ESPN on my phone and obviously on the screen, and they still haven't caught up because they have to enter in the code and all the information for each hit instead of just skipping ahead. But I am watching. I finally at least got it back on because the stream froze for me, and then I lost audio for about half an inning, and then it froze again, and now I got it back with audio and video. So I don't know what the hell is going on, but I'm here. Top of the fourth, nah. Bottom of the fourth, 6-5. There we go. Now it's updated finally. All right. It only took 10 minutes for them to get caught up. That's what happens when shit freezes, like, over a whole network and everything. So now I get to see exactly what the fuck happened. All right. So France doubled the left. Rodriguez scored, made it 6-2. Kellenic doubled the left. France scored, and Hernandez scored 6-4. Then Ford singled the center. Kellenic scored 6-5. I wish I got to fucking see it. Thanks a lot. Sports gods is the best part of the game. I fucking missed it. You motherfuckers. That's why it's important to be able to have it through the cable provider if you can. Like for me, I have Root Sports typically through like Ziply. But anytime you go through like an MLB package or a streaming site, there's always a chance where shit's going to freeze, get shut down, have to refresh, you lose audio or video. I'm just saying the stream went down, didn't see any of the runs. Boo. One away. All right. Hopefully we don't have any more things like that happen. But that sucks. Like, especially when we're down 6-1. I did see the 6-2, so I saw that part, but I didn't get to see the rest of the RBIs with Kellenic and Ford. Eventually I'll see highlights on the Mariner, on the Mariner like Twitter, or there'll be like a little highlight package, but it's not the same. Right up the middle. There we go, Julio. Double and a single for my boy J-Rod. Nice job. Hopefully that's the only hiccup of the game. 6-5. Even with Luis Castillo pitching like dog shit, we're still in the game. Oh, pitching change. All right, there goes Taj. Taj Bradley. He's done. 5 runs, 9 hits. Let's look at his stat line. All right, Taj. So 3. Is this up to date? 3. So 3 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 walk, 3 Ks, 5.14 ERA. So that's tough. All right, we're going to commercial break until we get a new pitcher coming in. It looks like Caballero struck out swinging, so we're going to the bottom of the 4th. Fucking technology, man. That's the worst. You know, it's like we're getting our ass kicked all game, and then finally, you know, when we end up getting something positive, some kind of run, then I have to have the fucking websites freeze, fucking all the pages freeze, the video freeze. That's unfortunate. Motherfucker. My buddy said, damn, epic inning. I was like, I didn't get to see any of it. I'll see. They're sending me replays now, so at least I get to see what happened with the RBIs. But at least I didn't miss any big homers, but I might as well have. NASCAR's still in delay. Oh, no. And it's raining. So what have they said any updates on if they might be able to get that done or? Taj Bradley, 3.1 innings pitched, 9 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 73 pitches. Julio, safe. Nice. 20th stolen base. Let's go. Oh, they're gonna review it. They're doing a review to see if the stolen base. The ball got there. It seemed like before Julio did, but it was the tag on his leg before he actually got in. So Tampa is challenging. It does look like Julio might be out, but I think the foot might have got the bag. Let's look. I mean, I try to keep it 100 all the time. I would probably call Julio out right there. It's almost like bang bang, like his foot and the tag on his knee is exactly at the same time. Let's look at this angle. Is that 6 angles they've showed? There. Yeah, he's out. You know, you don't want to be that person to be like everything it goes in your favor, and he's out. Yep. Good call. Good call. Mariner fans will boo or whatever, but that was the good call. Who's the Marlins? Is that a combination of the Mariners and the Marlins? I'm not familiar with that team. You got to work on your spelling, brother. Spell cheek. Bottom of the 4th, 6-5 Tampa. 2 outs, 0-1 count to tie France. Come on, baby. I don't want any more delays. I don't want to have any more audio issues or video issues. And it's not on my end. It's on the network's end. Come on now. But at least we came back. Wish I would have got to see it live. 1-2 pitch to France. Chop foul. Count still stays 1-2. Bottom of the fourth, 6-5 Tampa. They got off to a big lead. We're like 6-1. Then we made it 6-2. And then we got 3 more. So Castillo has been absolute dog shit. So I don't know how we're going to find a way to come back, but at least the bats are coming alive. Dribbler, throw to first, and got tie at first. Let's go to the bottom of the fourth. Or excuse me, top of the fifth. End of the fourth inning, 6-5 Tampa. All right, next up for the Rays in the top of the fifth, 2 for 2 with 2 runs and an RBI. Homered in the first inning, Randy Arozarena. Batting second, 1 for 2 with a run, 2 RBIs and a K. First baseman Luke Riley. And batting third, 1 for 2, DHing for Tampa, Harold Ramirez. Come on, baby. Castillo, you're garbage. You're never going to get on the thumb ever again. Terrible this year. Absolutely terrible. 4 innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, no walks, 5 Ks. Terrible. I mean, the Ks is one thing, but you're giving up too much. True. He's not good. Like I said, I was telling people that I thought Bryce Miller, even a couple weeks ago, was our best pitcher, and I had a little bit of a pushback. But again, just because Luis Castillo is a name, right, a popular name, and he was our number 1 last year, if he's not doing good in like the last month, in the last 3, 4, 5 starts, we can't just keep him at the 1, you know? So, and I think, you know, Bryce Miller, if he didn't have that blister, he was 5-3, and, you know, he was on his way to a no-hitter, 1-hitter, 2-hitter type of game. Right. And even George Kirby, I feel, is better than Castillo. So for me, I would go probably Bryce Miller, the George Kirby. I even trust Wu more than I do Castillo at this point. And even if he loses games, but at least all 3 of those guys have potential to get to 10 Ks. And then you got Louise and Gilbert on the back end. You know, our 2 best are like our 2 worst now. I mean, I can still get Ks with Castillo, but it doesn't matter if you get 5 to 8 Ks if you're giving up 5 to 8 runs at the same time. You know, you're adding too much pressure. So I don't think he's too old. I just think that, you know, for whatever reason, they're just not hitting their spots. I don't think he's too old at all. Not one bit. And our defense hasn't been very good either. There's been a lot of routine plays that have been bobbled, and then the throws to first have been terrible. So it's like everything. The hitting has been bad. The pitching at times has been bad. The defense has been bad. The manager decisions by Scott Service sometimes has been bad. You know, sometimes we've been good. You know, and we find a way to put it together. But it seems like it's been very difficult to put 2, 3, 4 games in a row stretches together of good baseball. It's like 1 good game, 2 shitty games, 2 good games, 4 shitty games. It's like we can't really have a lot of consistency, and that's why we're below 500, you know. Top of the fifth, 6-5 Tampa. Yeah, I mean, to a certain degree, but I mean, like I said, Louise has got enough good stuff where, I mean, you know, instead of being 5-6, he could be 7-4 or 8-3, and no one would blink an eye. It's just that you have to understand too, if our team is batting 220 to 230 as a team, how are you supposed to win games like that? You know, that's why we're shitty. That's why we're below 500. Now, if we were batting as a team like 270 to 280, a lot of our pitchers would have way more wins, and, you know, we probably would be 5 to 10 games above 500, but, you know, it is what it is. Gallen, Strider, Elder, Steele, Keller, Gray, Kershaw, Stroman. There we go. Because the thing is, if Castillo was old and garbage, then he'd be giving up a lot of these runs, and he wouldn't be able to strike out anyone anymore. He'd be like Logan Gilbert, where you're getting like 2 to 5 Ks a game. So Louise is you know, getting Ks, you know, normally, you know, I would say 7 to 10, sometimes, you know, 5 or 6 if it's an off game, right? But the problem is, if you're getting, you know, 7 to 10 Ks, but you're also giving up 5 to 8 runs, you're going to lose the game. So it's like, get 10 Ks and give up like 2 runs or 3 runs. Don't get 7 Ks and give up 7 runs. It's like impossible to be able to win games. So I don't know. I don't think he's getting too old. But I got to be critical of my guy, if he's not doing well. Big swing and a miss, 1-2 count to Harold Ramirez. Yeah, well, also too, like with a lot of our batters, they're chasing, and that's why we suck. A lot of 0-2 counts, especially from Julio. It's not helping the team at all. Throw to first, got him. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 5th. 6-5, Tampa. Yeah, but Tampa's really, really good this year. If you start off the year like 15-0 and you're still able to keep the momentum going, that's why the plus-minus differential for the Rays and the Rangers and the Braves is 1 billion times more than anyone else. So it's not only the starting pitching, but it's the mid-relievers, the closers, they're hitting, and what they're hitting as a team. And when you're looking at the batting averages for those 3 teams compared to everyone else, there's a reason why they're so good and why a lot of teams like Seattle are not. So we'll see where it goes. I mean, every once in a while, we can still have a little bit of flash of greatness like we did last game. And it's like Tampa's pitcher had 11 Ks, but we were still able to win. But that doesn't typically happen. That was kind of an anomaly. So we'll see where it goes. But it's nice that we at least have a chance to be able to come back in this game. All right, we're going to be going to the bottom of the 5th. Leading off, 1 for 2 with a run, right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. Batting second, 1 for 2 with a run, 2 RBIs and a K, left fielder, Jared Kelenic. And batting third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. Let's go, baby. Yeah, but you're not going to readjust your pitching style when you've had the same style your whole career. Really what the bottom line comes down to is either you're on or you're not. And, and like I said, he hasn't been on in like a month, and maybe there's a hidden injury that they're not, disclosing, and maybe he's got something going on with his legs or his arm, or maybe he's just playing shitty, or we're just playing teams that are better than us. And, normally those would be strikeouts on other teams, but we're playing a top 3 team in baseball that could win the World Series this year. I mean, we've had kind of a rough schedule, Yankees, Marlins, Orioles, and then even the Nats beat us 2 out of 3, and they're terrible. So, but, there's just certain guys that have the it stuff, right? And normally that's Castillo, right? Bryce Miller, George Kirby, even Wu has got the stuff. And Logan Gilbert is fucking terrible. He's got no stuff. He's average, and he's depressed, and he's playing like it. So, it is what it is. Robbie Ray's injured, so we can't have him, to kind of step in. Marco Gonzalez, when he comes back, will be better than Logan Gilbert. And, he had a pretty good record before he got hurt, 4-1, 5-1. So, the bottom line is just we're not a good team, period. I mean, if we can end up getting some hits, but also too, we should win this game because they made an adjustment in their lineup, and the 7, 8, 9 hole are players that are not everyday players. So they got 3 garbage players in their lineup, so they have 6 and then they have 3 garbage. So, I mean, in essence, we should win this game. If we lose, it just kind of shows how terrible we really are. We don't, it's like we have a good lineup. Their lineup is like an ass lineup. It's not a good lineup for them. Like the first 2 games, they gave us their A+ lineup, and this game is like their C lineup. This is the type of lineup that they have that normally we would have with Logan Gilbert, where you don't really got a whole lot of help. Like Colton Wong is in there for Logan Gilbert, and maybe Murphy or Dylan Moore. It's like when you throw in some of these guys that are kind of it's like you may not get any hits out of those 3 guys at the 7, 8, 9 hole. Bottom of the 5th, 6-5, Tampa. And again, once the both pitchers go out, right, then it's a whole new ball game, and that is, every game. So, I mean, I've been watching baseball and the Mariners since '85, and I watch every game. So, I mean, some people, will occasionally watch and whatnot, but I mean, I watch every game. It's like my dad. My dad's been a Dodger fan since the '50s. He watches every game. So, popped up. Good. It goes into the wall. Yeah, and well, also too, their pitcher had 11 Ks. How often do we go against a team that gets 11 Ks on us and we actually get hits after that and win? It's like one out of every 10 opportunities. I mean, that doesn't happen that often. I mean, it's one thing if we would have beat the pitcher up, but the guy had 11 Ks yesterday. So, baseball is a weird sport. I mean, look at Hanuman, for the Yankees. We played him. We put off 10 runs on him. His next start, he throws a perfect game. How do you figure that? You know what I mean? The guy got roughed up like a motherfucker. We put up 10 runs on him. Then he goes in on his next start and gets a perfect game. But again, it was against the A's, and the A's are booty. But, still, getting a perfect game or a no-hitter is still a big deal. Bottom of the fifth, 6-5 Tampa. Next up, in the box, Jared Kelenic. Otani, Cole, Castillo, Gray, Uvalde, McClanahan, Valdez. Oh, Luis Castillo does not deserve to be in there. Put in Bryce Miller. If we're going to put in a pitcher for our team, you can have like Seawald in there for maybe like as a closer or something, but Castillo does not. That's like putting Julio in the All-Star game just because his name is Julio. Does not deserve it. Luis does not deserve it. Julio does not deserve it. I mean, Kelenic was our MVP for the first 50 games. Hell, I'd rather have him in the All-Star game than Julio. But again, Julio's in there for the home run derby, and Julio is a name. But just because you're a name doesn't mean that you get to take a spot of someone that's deserving. It's like nice that they have Corbin Carroll from the Diamondbacks that's in there. If they would have snubbed him, I would have been pissed. But again, sometimes favoritism happens in sports, unfortunately. Big swing and a miss, 3-2 count. It's almost like Mike Trout. If Mike Trout starts dipping in the numbers, and then they just assume that they just put him in there because he's a legend and he's a Hall of Famer, it's like, I get it. It's Mike Trout or whatever. But, I mean, if the numbers are down, you just can't throw a guy in there. I mean, I guess if you want to throw him in there like on the bench or something, but, Yeah, I don't give a shit if it's fan voting. The fans are idiots then because they haven't watched anything about Mariner baseball. If they're voting in Luis Castillo, he's got a 5-6 record, giving up home runs left and right. The fans absolutely don't know anything. So it's all about favoritism and what the guy did last year. And so if they're going to vote a guy like that in, that shows me that these people that are the fans, they've watched 0 games of the Mariners this year, or they've watched barely any of Luis pitching. Because if you've actually watched him pitch, he hasn't been good. He hasn't been good in the last month and a half. That's how, you can tell with people in sports. Are they actually watching, or are they just looking at fucking articles or watching Twitter and Instagram fucking highlights? You can't be an expert by just watching a fucking 30-second highlight reel. That does not make you an expert. You have to watch the games in entirety. Big swing and a miss, 0-2 count to Gino. Come on, baby. Suarez with a nice dinger early in the game before the stream froze altogether. Not my stream, but obviously through the provider. And then obviously their video and their audio. I don't know, because like I said, I'm not a biased fan, and most people that watch sports are biased like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, I really feel that I can connect to any fan base just because I can relate. And like, oh, he broke the bat, Bo Jackson style. Wow. Well, that bat got broken into. Bo Jackson did, except instead of over his head, over his knee. Well, there goes that strikeout. Wow. But like I said, if you're a fan of the game and you're a fan of all the teams, you have a better understanding instead of just being a biased fan of your own team or your own players. It's like you got to be able to watch the league as a whole. Otherwise, you're not going to really have a good grounding compared to everyone else. You got to be able to, see all the teams, not just your own, and I feel a lot of times with baseball, most people just watch their team occasionally, maybe like a Sunday night baseball game or a other random game. But I mean, I'm trying to watch as many, of the teams, of the quality teams. And obviously I do Mariner games. I'll do Dodger games for my dad. But, it's just like in the NBA and the NFL, like when the NFL announces the Pro Bowl, right? A lot of times those people are not deserving. The real award is the All-Pro. That's the real award. A lot, the fan voting is ridiculous because just because someone's popular doesn't mean they're having a good year this particular year. And obviously, if most people had their way, Julio would be in the All-Star game as a player. You know what I mean? But, we want to make sure that we're, being fair and putting in the people that deserve it. And Julio has been garbage this year. He hasn't been good. Like I said, I've seen more 0-2 counts with him than almost anybody. And it's really hard, when you swing at the first pitch, right? And then you foul back the second pitch, you're already 0-2, you're screwed. Some guys are really, really good in 0-2. But I'll tell you what, this isn't fucking Ichiro or Tony Gwynn in the batter's box or Pete Rose. It's Julio. So as he gets older, he'll learn, and hopefully he'll be more patient in the box. But it's not just a Julio problem. It's a Mariner problem. Everyone is chasing pitches, and that's facts. Let's go, baby. Top of the 6'5". Well, I'm happy that it's not 6'1" or 6'2", but it's just really, really shitty. I mean, I got to see a little bit of the highlights here on Twitter through like the Mariners, but just kind of shitty. As soon as like something big happens, then it froze, and then they had to be able to adjust everything. But I guess it is what it is. Oh, the Kelenic RBI was nice. Wow, nice hustle in the second too. All right, Kelenic. Chop foul. But that's what the NFL and in sports in general. It's a what have you done for me lately type of league. And just because you were good a year ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago, shit, I still got Saints fans telling me Michael Thomas is going to be one of the top 10 receivers this year or top 5. I mean, do we really think that? I mean, it's okay if you want to be delusional, but Drew Brees is no longer there, and Michael Thomas hasn't been able to be healthy for 2-3 years since Drew Brees left. So is it possible Michael Thomas could go back to being elite? It is possible, but we have to be able to see you on the field. So that's another take, that you'll get people that are a little too overconfident in their own players. And then, as fans, you got to be able to not be biased, but most people are. It's just how it is. But once you can root for the league as a whole and teams as a whole other than your own, and you see the league as a whole clearly, then you can make better predictions and not be biased, and that, actually have things kind of go in your favor for fantasy football or betting purposes or just prediction purposes. 1-0 pitch to Mejia, fouled back, 1-1 count. Oh, that game was terrible. I had friends that went to both of those games too, and obviously the fans started booing, and that's the first time the Mariners fans have booed like that all season. And honestly, Dipoto might need to be fired. He's not that good. He doesn't really know how to build a roster very well. Scott Service, I still like him, and I don't know if we fired him, we probably wouldn't get anybody better than him. But Dipoto, I don't know. I think a lot of us and like I said, it just depends on how long you've been watching the Mariners. Half the fan base is under 40, the other half is over 40. So our age range on the channel is like 18 to 90. So we got a lot of OGs, and we got, people have been watching baseball since the 50s, 60s, 70s, and then people like me that have been watching since the early 80s, 90s, and then you get people that have been born, as of soon as like the 2000s. So everyone's perspective is going to be a little different. We'll stand up double there by the Rays. All right, Margot, I see you. I'll give you some love. Next up for the Rays, second baseman, Vidal Brujan. Yeah, I would have too. I mean, at that point, everyone was pissed and everyone left. Popped up. Son, we got it. There we go. Let's go to the bottom of the sixth. There we go. I mean, I just wish Luis wasn't so terrible. I mean, like I said, it's like he can get you big Ks, but he gives up home runs instead of singles. That's the fucking problem. You give up singles, you give up doubles. I mean, we can forgive you, but when you're giving up, doubles, triples, homers, but specifically homers, solo shots, 2-run shots, I mean, it's hard to come back from that. And that's facts. So it's like, what is he at now? 6 Ks, right? But he's giving up 5 runs. 2 homers in the first inning, and you had 2 Ks. That's kind of the story of who Luis is now. It's like you'll get maybe 2 Ks, in the first inning, maybe 2 Ks in the second inning. But how many home runs have you given up? Probably a couple too. And we need to clean that up. But it just seems like he's been off. And I don't know if it's an injury or something that's undisclosed or he's just not hitting his spots. But again, it's usually the hitting is the problem, not necessarily the defense and the pitching, but it's all connected. And it just hasn't been a very good year this year for us. It's not likely that we're going to make the playoffs. Many, many teams are better than us. So, but again, I'm still here. I'm never going to stop watching. I mean, hell, you got to think if I've been watching since like 85, and I'm 41, right? And even though I may not look it, right? It's 2023. I've only seen 4 good seasons in my life. Okay. 1995, right? 1997, 2001, last year in 2022. That's not good. All right. So a lot of Mariner fans that are OGs, we're built a little different. We're not bandwagon fans. We've gone through a lot of pain and a lot of heartache. So when we know the team is good, we know it's good. When the team is bad, it's bad. And it's not trying to be necessarily a hater, but we have to be able to be real, instead of just like brushing it over, acting like this isn't a big deal when it is, so. But, for the Pacific Northwest, we don't have a whole lot to cheer about a lot of times. It's not like the Blazers and the Mariners, Seahawks every year. I mean, the Seahawks look pretty good from last year, and this year they'll probably be pretty good. But it's like, what have you done for me lately, league? Blazers made the Western Conference Finals and got swept by the Warriors a couple years ago because we had the best bench in the league. But since then, now Dame wants out. We're going to be terrible again there. The Ducks don't have a defense, so we might be pretty good in the Pac-12, but we're not going to finish it first or second or third, maybe not even fourth. Oregon State, Utah, USC, Washington, they might all be better. So it is what it is, but hopefully we can get a little bit of improvement here after the All-Star break. Popped up, 1 away. Come on, Mike. You're turning into Julio swinging on those first pitches. Boom or bust. Home run or strikeout, but at least he can get a home run. Next up, catcher Tom Murphy. For real. Absolutely. But Scoot is nice. He was the second best prospect overall in the draft. Even over Miller, that was kind of like a Paul George type of player. If we had a choice and we had the second pick, I would have went for Scoot anyways. Replacement for Dame or playing together. So, I mean, Dame gave all his loyalty to us for as long as he could. And it's okay. Let him go to the Heat if he wants to go there, play with Bam and Jimmy. Now, if we could get Jimmy or Bam in return, then, okay, we'd feel better as Blazer fans. But they're trying to offer us like Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, and some draft picks. And knowing Portland will probably take it because we're dumb. The management has ruined everything. So we know we're never going to win anything in Portland. No one wants to come here. It's just sad that our superstar is, going to be on the way out. So Murphy, let's go. Let's go, baby. Home run to Murphy. Let's go. Let's go, Tom, my boy. And he's been hot. And I was starting to think, when normally we have Mike Ford at DH, and then he went 3 for 3, right? And I was like, okay. And then he went out, and they put in like Dylan Moore, and we lost the game. I was like, what was that? Right? Tom, back. Gone, baby. But when he went 3 for 3, and they took him out, and then they put him at DH, right? And I was like, what's going on here? And then he went yard. So sometimes Scott Service will make the right decision. And Tom Murphy has been better than Cal Raleigh as of late. Let's go. Where's my boy Reflect? Let's go, baby. Now we tied it, but now look at it. 6-6-6. We ain't talking no double talk. Let's go. We're not up at 6 in the bottom of the 6. Let's go, baby. My boy, Tom Murphy. Let's go. And like I said, you got to recognize who's hot at the right time. Yeah, but again, he went 3 for 3, and they replaced him, put in like a Dylan Moore, and then we lost the game, because usually when they have DHs at the end, left-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher, it's like they think that the percentages are better. So I was like, what are they doing? Like, we're going to be better off even if it's a lefty on a righty or a lefty on a lefty. Go with your best player like a Mike Ford at DH. So some of those DH moves at the end of the game are kind of suspect, but when he went 3 for 3, Service remembered, put him in at DH, which I thought was weird, and he went yard, and then he went yard again. So it's nice to be able to see that Murphy's getting hot, and honestly, he's starting to play better than Cal. And I still love Cal a lot, but this will probably give Tom more of an opportunity to catch. And if he can't catch, and they want Cal Raleigh in the lineup to catch, they can maybe rotate him at DH with Mike Ford. I mean, obviously it's working, so I like what I'm seeing. There we go, 6-6, baby. Let's go. Nice job. I mean, if Louise actually had a normal Louise game, we're ahead right now, 6-2, and we're going to win the game and probably score a couple more runs. There we go. We'll take a walk. Here we go. Here we go. Whoa, in the zone. Well, honestly, with Jose and Colton Wong, sometimes I actually pray that they get hit by a pitch and not hurt, or they get a walk, because sometimes I can't count on them. So, especially if they can work the count and then just get on base, that's good enough. That's better than a strikeout or a pop-up or a ground out or swinging at the first two pitches like Julio. So sometimes it's nice to be able to get guys, no matter what way you get them on, either getting hit by a pitch in the shoulder, but you're okay, or getting a walk. But momentum is starting to shift now for the Mariners. But again, if Louise was the normal Louise of last year, we're ahead 6-2 and we're winning this. But he just hasn't been very good. It's like he's been very shaky, and then he has to finish really, really strong to put the pressure on. So like when those games start off shaky, instead of getting to 10 Ks, you're sitting at like a couple, 2 to 4, and then you just got to pray that he turns it on late to get to like 6 or 7, and hopefully the bats heat up, and then we can win the game. And good thing that Tom got in there and did his thing. I like Jose when he hits, but I don't like his defense. He's been fucking up lately. Him and JP need to clean it up on the defense, and throwing to first has been a problem. No one gets unscathed with criticism if it's well-deserved. So. All right, baby. Bottom of the 6, 6-6. Runner at first, one away. So happy that we, came back from 6-1. I mean, it was starting to look like if the bats didn't heat up, it was going to be like game 1. And I don't know if I can go through that. I mean, I can go through it, but it's just like you want to be able to at least feel that you're in the game, not the game being over in the third inning, and then I got another 2 hours to wait for the son of a bitch to get over with. It's like let's be competitive. But again, we haven't been a very good team. Well, I mean, even in this game and in the previous games, if you look at, some of the plays of JP, who I love, who's normally very good, Colton Wong, and Jose Caballero, there's a lot of action at short and second base. So it's like, I got to make sure that at least, you're doing your job there. And if you're going to bobble it, make sure the throw to first at least is good. Don't bobble it and then throw to first and it goes into the dugout or over the Ty Francis head. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Little things like that where you get a guy to get to first base because you're an idiot and you don't play good defense, and that guy from first ends up at third, and then one play later, next batter later, he's in. And then we're already down a run. Momentum can happen in many, many ways in sports, and you don't want to give them freebies. And I feel our defense has been really shitty, as of late. So 3-1 pitch, throw to first. Yeah, exactly. But I, like I said, I know I'm not the only one, but sometimes when we get to the end of the lineup where it's like a Colton Wong, a Jose Caballero or a JP Crawford, sometimes I'm just like this. Take the walk. Don't fucking swing. Everyone's swinging all the time. And honestly, if I think that we could teach, Julio, Ty France, Teoscar, Kelenic, Suarez, Raleigh, our main guys, to just not swing. How many times would we have been able to get to first and maybe been a little bit more competitive instead of just swinging for home runs in the first 2 pitches? Like, take 2 balls and then go from there. 2-1, 3-0, 3-2, 3-1. There's other opportunities for you there. It doesn't always have to be 0-2. It's like you're putting yourself with your back against the wall. And how many players in MLB are great or elite at 0-2? Not many. Tony Gwynn's not playing. Ichiro's not playing. Pete Rose ain't playing, unless you're a Rise, if you're Louise, if you're batting 400. So, yeah. Well, also, too, with him, it took 17 opportunities before he got his first hit. I think Colton Wong was like 44. So I already knew Colton Wong was going to be garbage when he didn't get a hit in his first 10 games. I'm like, okay, he's garbage, but obviously we paid all the money, to Teo, and obviously he's starting to get hot. Kelenic was our MVP for the first 50 games. Then he cooled off. Then Julio and Teoscar have been probably the MVP hitting wise last 10 or 15. And JP has started to get hot, but we never can have more than one or two guys hot at the same time. And that's kind of the fucking problem. It's like if you're watching every game, that's really what it is. So it looks like we're having a pitching change. Next up, Julio Rodriguez, 2 for 3 with a run. It's just like if you want to be able to be the best possible player you can be, they have to learn to be patient. And obviously, if they're not, then that's a big reflection on Scott Service and obviously the hitting coach. The pitching coaches and the hitting coaches need to be taken responsible. And I know we don't got anybody like a Mark Pryor, coming in and being able to give advice for some of the guys with the Dodgers and whatnot. I remember Pryor from the Cubs with Kerry Wood, but I don't know what we need. But we definitely need something better than what we got because, it just seems like everyone is doing it, not just Julio. Wong, yeah. Well, shit, I went to see the Cardinals set, a few weeks back, and he had the best game of the season. I actually sat next to a Colton Wong fan, this girl, but she said she was afraid to wear like the Brewer jersey because she thought she would get mocked. And I told her, I was like, listen, maybe you'll end up having a good game today, maybe the game of the year. And he ended up going 3 for 4 that game. So you just never know. Baseball is a very weird sport. And as we know, as soon as the starters go out, it's a brand new ball game. So, but it's nice to see that we were up 4-0 and we got obliterated 15-4. Fans booed, and we deserved it, right? Next game, we ended up giving up 11 Ks, right? But we kept fighting, and then we ended up, getting the dub. So, and we won 8-3 yesterday. Now, Castillo's played like shit like normal in the last month, but the Bats are alive, and we have a chance to possibly beat one of the top 3 teams in baseball, 2 out of 3. I'll take that. Considering we lost 2 out of 3 to the Nats, which is disgusting, I'll take losses to the Orioles or the Yankees, regardless if Judge is there or not, or the Marlins. But it's like when you're playing like the Royals or the A's or the Nats, you got to try to sweep or at least get 2 out of 3. You don't want to be that team that wins 1 out of 3 like us when we played the Nats, but that's baseball. So come on, Julio. Chop back, foul. 1-2 count. Bottom of the 6th, tied up at 6. Runner at first and second. Because we have too many guys that swing for the fences, and they have guys that are contact hitters. It's Dipoto, and what we try to go for. There's certain things that we need to be able to look at, like whiff rate, and and looking at overall how these guys are playing. And did he get him at second? Yes, he did. 2 away. Runners on the corners. But if you actually, I feel like with the Mariners, not everything is black and white. Sometimes it's a gray area, and you have to actually look at like plus minus differential, home and away, lineups. You know what I mean? And obviously Scott Service, hasn't done the job. Also, we haven't had an opportunity to beat anybody up. If we could get into a fight with the Angels and, beat the shit out of them and then go on like a 10 to 12 game win streak, when we went on last year, that definitely helped. And if that didn't happen, we wouldn't have made the playoffs last year. So, and we were very, very good in 1-run games last year. At one point we were like 15-5, and we're not very good in 1-run games or extra inning games this year. And that's a big part of baseball, is being able to win those cheap 2-1 games, those cheap 3-2 games, the games you don't deserve to win, but you find a way. And, that's the big difference, really between us this year and last year. So I know that's what I said. All right. Still delayed. Yeah. We ain't talking no devil talk, no 666, but that's what we got right now. Bottom of the 6th, tied up 6-6. Runners on the corners. And obviously we're at the end of the inning here, but I got about 15 seconds before I see it. Let's go to the top of the 7th. And there's the pop-up. I figured, what's new? Let's leave them stranded like we always do. All right, well, at least we tied at 6-6, but good teams find a way to win. Bad teams find a way to do dumb shit like that and leave guys stranded all the time. looks like we got Andres Munoz coming out. I like him. So, yeah, yeah, it happens. And then, the worst part is when we get bases loaded, no outs, right? And then we can't even get a run and then we lose. And we saw that just a couple games ago. I mean, it's very depressing, when you have, it's like the worst scenario. It's one thing to hit into a double play in 2 straight innings, but when you have bases loaded or 2 guys on second and third with no outs or 1 out, right? And you can't get one, you can't get a fucking sack fly. Like, that's just the Mariners this year, it is what it is. But with all that being said, at least we still have a chance in this game, which did not look possible if we're talking about watching what Luis did in the first 2 innings. So that's facts. Still a chance. All right, next up for the Rays in the top of the 7th inning, 1 for 3 with a run and 2 Ks. Right fielder Josh Lowe. Batting second, shortstop Wanda Franco. And batting third, left fielder Randy Arozarena. And we're 143 subs away from 20,000. So if you haven't subbed to the channel yet, possibly consider it at one point or another. It would be nice. And, like I said, once we get to that mark, that'll help us, obviously gain more views, more subs, more donos from possible, people. So if you haven't, definitely consider it. We would appreciate it and be a part of the Fanatic family. I mean, I'm going to be doing more baseball games than most live streamers. And then obviously the main backbone of the channel will be NFL, college football, and wrestling. But we'll also do baseball, basketball, college basketball, NBA, NHL, NASCAR. We do a little bit of everything. So, and hopefully we can get on a little bit of a dono train, or we can get some of our OGs to come in here. All right, Munoz, let's go. Munoz, 13 games, ERA of 3, 12 innings, 18 Ks, 4 walks. A little early for Munoz to be in here because normally it's like, when we end up doing our rotation, right? It's Brash, then Topa, Brash in the 6th, Topa in the 7th, Munoz in the 8th, Seawald in the 9th, right? So this is a little weird, but I'll take it. But we've gone through a lot of pitchers lately, too, last couple games. Credit the Rays because they're amazing. $5. Let's get to a hundo, unless you want me to be homeless and eat air and fingernail sandwiches. Let's go, baby. 1-2 count. One-two pitch. Chop foul. Top of the 7th, we're knotted up at 6. Munoz on the mound, and I don't know if he'll go for 1 inning or 2, but I feel like Munoz should be like the closer. But again, when he was out for so many games, like 50-plus games, they had Seawald take his spot. So I guess it's just like continuity and chemistry that you just have normally Brash, Topa, then Munoz, who could be the last guy in the 9th. But since Seawald has been the guy pretty much all year, don't mess a good thing up. Got him. There we go. Nice K. Nice job. Nice job, Andres Munoz with the first K. I like it. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. Yeah. I mean, I know Castillo still has good stuff, but I don't know. I would have rather had probably Jared Kelenic go in for what he did for us in the first 50 games. He was batting over 300, or maybe having a guy like Seawald or something, but I don't know. Look, I seem like Castillo and Julio, even though they're like our big names, I don't think they really deserve it. But again, I guess, popularity and his potential to get Ks and how good he was last year. But I don't know. I don't think I mean if your team isn't good, I know they try to have like one representative in the All-Star game every year, at least one. I don't think the Mariners really deserve even one spot. And that's me being a Mariner fan being saying that. It's like I don't think and there's no one really deserving. And if there was, it'd be to me, it's Jared Kelenic for what he did in the first 50 games. So, but because if we didn't have Jared Kelenic, I don't even want to imagine how many wins we're at right now. Not very many, because he was definitely very, very good on offense, and he made big defensive stops too. 2-2 pitch. Pitch is low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, no one's afraid when we get one guy on, bases loaded, because they just know, it's like history tends to repeat itself. They're like, oh, here they go again. They're going to get someone, they'll fuck up, and they don't even need to make a pitching change. They can just keep the same guy in there and we'll fuck up. So, but again, when you're batting 220 or 230 as a team with the talent that we have with like JP and fucking Julio, and it's like looking at the roster. How is JP, Julio, France, Teoscar, Kelenic, Suarez, Cal Raleigh, like how is that possible that all we suck that bad with everybody? And then you got Mike Ford, towards the end of the lineup, and at least Murphy is getting hot. Jose or Colton Wong, that you're not really getting a whole lot there either. And then you got guys like AJ Pollock that didn't do shit. Dylan Moore was injured the whole year. Haggerty, Taylor Trammell. It's like we have all these guys that we've been trying out at DH, and it took like 60 games to find Mike Ford. Oh, there's another error. Good job, defense. Garbage. Wanda Franco with that nice hit. He's a phenom. I'll give him some love. Error. Suarez with an error. Good job. 2 for 3 with 2 runs and an RBI. Left fielder, Randy Arozarena. It's kind of crazy, too, because if you watch the World Baseball Classic, right, it had a tale of 2 stories. With Randy, right, he became kind of a name. He kind of became like a phenom in the WBC, right? So then he carried that momentum with Tampa, and look where they're at right now, right? But then you also had another side of the story with like Ronald Acuna, right, Jr., and you saw what he did, and he was terrible, right? But then somehow he figured it out after the WBC, and look what he's doing, So you can be good in the World Baseball Classic or in Grapefruit or Cactus League, but really you just got to be able to find yourself at the season, either maybe it takes 10 games, 20 games, 30 games, or maybe you're locked in like Jared Kelenic was when he was number 1 in the Cactus League, right? OPS and the batting average, all the different categories, home runs, and then he carried that momentum into the regular season, and that was really a godsend for the Mariners, because if he wasn't good in preseason, we would have been terrible. Popped up, get back to first, get him, got him, double play. Nice play. Nice job. Nice double play there from the outfield. From Teo. Rosarena lined to a double play right to first. Franco thrown out at first. That was awesome. Usually you don't see double plays made from a guy, throwing it from right field to first when someone advanced to second too far and then had to run all the way back. But we'll take it. All right, we're going to the bottom of the 7th. All right, next up for the Mariners in the bottom of the 7th, 1 for 3 and a run. Teoscar Hernandez. Batting second, 1 for 3 with a run and an RBI and a K. Left fielder Jared Kelenic. And batting third, 1 for 3 with a run, RBI and a K. Third baseman Eugenio Suarez. Let's go, Ems. Hey, it looked really shitty early on, right? Then there was a little bit of life, right? Then the stream froze, not mine, but the actual broadcast. And then they had their big run when it was 6-1, 6-2. I saw then. Then it went all the way up to 6-5, and I had to wait for it to come up as a replay. And now it seems like Luis is a little bit locked in. At that point, I mean, he started to recover from, maybe 2, 3, 4 Ks. He at least got to 6, but you gave up too many runs. And then Munoz was pretty clean right there, too. So we'll see where it goes. And the Rays are already on their 4th pitcher. We're on our 2nd. So, if you can manage the pitching, that's a big part of it, too. That was an awesome double play. How often do we get a double play from the outfield? Never. I mean, if we look that up in the stat line, it's probably only happened for us, like, I would say, less than 5 times this year. Probably only a couple times, but I'll take it. Let's go. But also, too, if we end up losing this game, it's going to hurt a lot because it's going to be a game where we actually could have won, and it's like if we end up losing this 7-6, like in extras, it's going to be really, really rough because it's like we were in it, then we were blown out, we fought back, even though Castillo's ass, and then, we got to make sure that these pitchers, whoever it may be, because obviously they're not doing their normal rotation. Normally it's Brash in the 6th, Topa in the 7th, Munoz in the 8th, Seawald in the 9th, and they went Munoz right after Castillo. So I'm kind of, I don't know, like, are you going to go 2 innings with Munoz, or is he done? Or who are you bringing in after this? So we'll see where it goes, but I'm hoping we can hang on. Yeah, it would be huge. I mean, I don't think we're a playoff team. I'm just being honest and real about it. I'm not biased, but a lot can happen, after the All-Star break. And like I said, I think we just need to get in a fight, and beat the shit out of the Angels again, and then go on like a 10 to 14 game win streak, and then we'll be good to go. So, well, if Brash was going to come in, he would have already came in, and a lot of our pitchers have gotten too much, time. We've had to use a lot of pitchers. I mean, hell, we had to use Mike Ford as a pitcher in that first game because we ran out of guys. So, Sauer, you're not a fan of Brash? Could be worse. I think Brash is typically better than Topa. You know what I mean? But again, Brash and Topa sometimes look good. Sometimes they look like garbage. Munoz and Seawald normally are awesome, but every once in a while they fuck up. So, $5 in donos. Let's get to a hundo. 95 to go. Hopefully we'll get some goats to come in, and hopefully, again, we can get people to like, sub, donate, and support the brand. And like I said, we don't need too many subs to hit that 20K mark. Only 140 and some change, 143. So do your boy a solid. 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Come on, Teo. Yeah, but you got to get over that, though. You got to let things pass, especially when it's actually one of our guys that's pretty good. Ohtani with 31, no surprise, MVP. He was already the MVP 2 months ago. Time for Teo. Bottom of the 7th, we're knotted up at 6. Maybe 2 photos for Teo. Maybe something good. Let's go. 1-2 count. Yeah, Ohtani is more than a freak. Ohtani is once in a lifetime player, not once in a generation, once in a lifetime. He's doing like Babe Ruth shit, but he's a better pitcher than Babe Ruth. It's just ridiculous. And he probably should have won it last year, but Judge had the 62 homers and the RBIs and the slugging percentage and the OP, all of the stats first. But if you actually look at like overall, based off pitching and hitting, I mean, it's not like Aaron Judge is a pitcher, and doing what he's doing, at the batter's box as well. So, but, Judge got his due last year, well deserved, and Ohtani's going to get it now since Judge got hurt, and obviously, you got hurt with Yordan Alvarez, because really between those 3 guys, that's where it's going to go, at least for the American League. All right, we walked him. Teo to first. Next up, left fielder Jared Kelenic. Well, pleasantly surprised, and then there's no games that are late. The last game starts at 4, and it's like, what is it? What's the last game? It is it the Mets? I believe the Mets are playing in that last game. Is it the Mets and the Giants? Yeah, that's a terrible matchup for ESPN. And why are they doing Sunday Night Baseball at 4? It's a terrible time. Should be at 5 or 6 or 7. Big swing and a miss, 0-2 count. Let's go, Jared. Oh, 2 pitch. Pitch is high, 1-2 count. Two count. Big swing and a miss. Got him. Well, nice. They're mad today, too. You had Suarez break a bat, Bo Jackson style. But again, this one means a lot. It's a top 3 team in baseball. Could be a team that wins the World Series or gets to the World Series. I mean, I know the Rangers and the Astros and Yankees will have something to say about it, but and maybe some other teams like the Orioles, but we'll see where it goes. So this is definitely a big game, more of a bigger game than for us rather than them. For the Rays, if they lose, I mean, hell, look at their record. It don't matter. But for us, we're teetering on, trying to turn our season around. Tom in the building. What's good? Are we going racing? When? What time? Right now? I need to turn on the NASCAR. I need to go to NASCAR.com if it's going to be on there. Oh, we hit him. Suarez just got hit. Did it hit him? One out still. They're looking to be able to see if he got hit by the pitch or not. Oh, he was hit by the pitch. Good. I thought he was. All right, good. Now we got runners at first and second. This could be the time here. So, yeah, I wouldn't trust Bleacher Report. Usually, if you're going to try to find something, typically, well, I can't say that either because ESPN and MLB.com froze early, as well as the broadcast earlier, too, in the game. And it took ESPN and MLB.com a little bit of time to readjust the score and the outs and whatnot. It was 6-5, and they had it 6-2 for like 5 minutes. So at this point, we're still at 1 out. Bottom of the 7th, 6-6. Runners at first and second. 1 out. Mike Ford in the box. Let's go, Mike. Chop foul. Well, Hamlin won the poll, right? And it's Chicago race, so I need to turn that on here. Hold on. Ford. Nope. To the warning track. 2 away. Tag up. Tag up. There we go. There we go. All right. Runners on the corners on first and third. 3 for 4 this series, Tom Murphy. Especially when he went 3 for 3. Then they pulled him at DH next game. They put him at DH over Mike Ford. I was like, what the fuck are they doing? Putting in fucking this guy, Tom Murphy, the backup catcher, and then he went yard. And he went yard again today. So, sometimes you got to recognize who your hot guys are. And even doing something weird, like putting a small little guy, like a Tom, like this guy here, like a Tom Murphy. But if he's going to get you homers, we'll take that face. We'll take that homer. Let's go. Runners on the corners. Will we leave them stranded again? 2-0 count. I actually feel a lot of times if we pitches inside, almost hit them, 3-0 count. I really feel if it's a 2-0 count for any player in the Mariner lineup, just don't swing. You're going to get on base with either get hit by a pitch or walked. But it seems like 6 out of the 9 guys in the lineup will always swing. And then you have the guys, 2 of them, maybe around the 8-9 and the one hitter that will take, that third ball, and just not swing. And then maybe it ends up being 3-1. You swing, maybe a fouled one back and whatnot. But if you put yourself in a 2-0, 3-0 count more often than an 0-2, you're going to be able to get walked because a lot of these guys lose control. For them to be able to get 3 pitches right in the zone in a row doesn't happen very often. Maybe 1 or 2, or they get 1 and 1 gets fouled off. That would have been a strike, but we've got to find a way to win this. I'm not sure if we're going to do it here, but I hope so. 3-1 pitch to Murphy. Got him. I wish. 3-2. Come on. Elliott in the building. What's good? Tom's in the building. What's good? Bottom of the 7th, 6-6, Seattle and Tampa. Runners on the corners. 3-2 pitch. Walked him. Telling you. You just got to be patient in the box. And honestly, if we had patience, I think we'd probably have 10 more wins this season, just by not swinging for the fences. And it's one thing to swing for a single, but all our guys, Julio, France, Teoscar, Kelenic, Suarez, Raleigh, they all swing for home runs every at-bat. It's like you're not going to win games that way. Frustrating. But we got bases loaded now. They delayed the race. I thought you guys said that that the race was on, so now they delayed it again. Yeah, keep me updated on that when the Chicago race is going to start. I want to watch it. All right, next up, Jose Caballero. Come on, bases loaded. Don't fuck this up. And honestly, I know most coaches aren't going to think this way, but if it's me, don't swing. Don't swing. We'll just get 1 run to come in automatically because this guy ain't going to be able to pitch 3 down the middle. I really highly doubt it. Hit him. Right there, baby. You just got to not swing, get hit by the pitch, right, or take a walk. And I even said that a couple innings ago. Usually you're going to get that at Colton Wong, right, Jose Caballero or JP. Sometimes, being the later guys in the lineup, 8-9 and one hitter, just be smart about it and don't swing. Don't swing. Just let them fuck up, and then boom. Instead of actually getting 4 balls, they hit him in the fucking shoulder. And we'll take it. 7-6. Let's go. Let's go. Next up, JP Crawford. Sometimes, the best defense is a great offense. Sometimes a great offense is a good defense. And you got to be smart about it and recognize when guys can hit the plate and get in the zone and not. Next up, JP Crawford. Pitches outside, 1-1 count. This guy doesn't have the control, but again, I guess it's just greed on trying to go for the fences all the time. Sherwood in the building. What's good? Greetings from the UK. They were supposed to start at 2:30, but the NASCAR Xfinity race got canceled, and they gave Cole Custer the win after like 20-some laps. And they just said, fuck it, we're not going to do it at the morning because the weather was bad, or tomorrow. They said, fuck it, we're not doing it, because the weather is shitty in Chicago. But I imagine this NASCAR race will either be today or tomorrow, but hopefully they do it today. Got him looking with the bases loaded. But at least we got hit by pitch and we got at least 1. Not like when we had bases loaded a couple games ago and we got 0 outs, bases loaded, and we didn't even get 1 run. So not ideal, leaving guys stranded, but at least we, got hit by a pitch. It was bases loaded, and it automatically brought 1 in. I'll take it. A win is a win. So let's go. Not bad. But keep me updated on the NASCAR, please. Because those are the only 2 things really left, unless you guys really give a shit about the Giants and the Mets. And I assume most people don't give 2 shits about those teams, unless your favorite team is playing them. Unless we do have a Giants or Met fan in the building, but I highly doubt it. So. All right, let's go to the top of the 8th. All right, next up, 1 for 3 with a run, 2 RBIs, and 2 Ks. First baseman, Luke Haley. Batting second unless they make a change. Let me take a look to see if they are planning to. Doesn't look like it. I think we're going to be okay. And then batting second unless they make a change in the lineup. Will they make the change? I'm not sure. Luke 1. Batting second, DHing Harold Ramirez. And then obviously we know Isaac ran into France and he got hurt, so they're going to put in Walls, and Walls will be third. So let me get a photo of him. I know that's what's going to happen there. So let's get this photo up here. Taylor Walls will be in. Oh, Brash is in. Brash is in. All right, let's get the Brash photo here too. We got to give love. It's going. Oh, okay. Nice, nice, nice. I did hear a guy got fucking electrocuted though, setting up the wires and fucking died on Friday. That's a little scary. Weather's a little shaky out there. He's plugging in some shit, fucking electrocuted, fucking turned into Raiden from Mortal Kombat and fucking died. That's sad, man. Top of the 8-7-6 Mariners. John in the building, Megan in the building. Well, we've had a big spike in viewership since I changed the format like 2 or 3 games ago. So now with this format, with the scoreboard and the baseball cards, it's a clean look. It's the best look I've had, and I'm always going to be creative to use my, just kind of my skill set and a little piece of my own personality in every stream. And obviously if you can, have, the HD photos, the ticker, some cool baseball cards, the screen isn't full screen. You got a little bit of a ticker, I think it gives every fan what they want. So, and a little more. So. But we need people. If we get a good amount of people, also, we're getting a good viewership, and then also we need to get some of those people to convert to possible subs, possible donos, and become Fanatic family members to interact. Because some people don't even talk; they'll just watch. And we also got a lot of people from Japan and overseas that are watching. Throughout some of the baseball streams, like when I do Seattle or when I do the Angels for Otani. And we usually don't get a lot of the people from Japan, typically speaking. Every once in a while we will, but. Top of the 8-7-6 Seattle. 3-2 pitch. Pitch is outside, and he walked him. Come on, Matt. Next up for the Rays, DHing for Tampa, Harold Ramirez. Nice. I got to turn it on here in a second. Big swing and a miss, 0-2 count. Pitches outside, 1-2 count. Top of the 8, 7-6 Seattle. And like I said, we were down 6-1, got it to 6-2, then we got it to 6-5. But again, Castillo, has not been good. He started to finish kind of strong, but definitely started off not very good. Got 2 Ks in the first inning, but you're giving up homers like too early in the game. And just luckily the bats, became alive for us. Otherwise, if the bats weren't alive, we would have easily gotten rocked like 6-1, 6-2 today or more. Got him. Nice job, Brash. One away. Nice slider from Brash. Good movement there, too. Next up for the Rays, filling in for the injury to Isaac, second baseman Taylor Walls. Hopefully Paredes is okay. Paredes and Ty France ran into each other a couple innings ago, where you had Ty France going from second base to third base full speed, and Paredes had a ground ball that was lined at him, and he was running forward out of the baseline into the baseline where Ty was running. Took about 5 or 6 steps going full speed, and they collided into each other. And then he went out of the game, but I don't think it's like a serious injury, but I think he got the wind knocked out of him because it took him like 4 minutes to get up. So, but it didn't look like it was a serious injury, so he should be back probably within the next game or within a few games. Runner at first, 7-6 Mariners, 1-1 pitch, chop foul, 1-2 count. No, I think it's 2.5, but I could be wrong. I think I saw that on the NASCAR thing, like 99 laps, like less than 100 or whatever, like around 100. And I think it's like 2.5, I think, because they can't shut down the city too much, 99 laps, 2.2 miles. So boogity, 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 let's go racing, boys. And good, this game is almost over, so I can just, kind of check up and see what's going on with that. Reflect in the building, what's good? Have you got a chance to watch any of the game yet or no? So Reflect, this is how, it went down. So Luis gave up a couple solo shots in the beginning, if you didn't see it. Pitching was fucking not good. We were down 6-1. Then we were 6-2. Then we got some RBIs from Kelenic and Ford. Then we got it to 6-5. And then now we're just kind of plugging away. But Castillo was not good. And it's kind of comical that he got into the All-Star game because he doesn't deserve it. You're telling me a guy that's got a 5-6 record that has been shitty all year in the last month, and that's the guy that we're going to bring in? We might as well have no representatives and have him. And Julio doesn't deserve it either. But again, I know they try to, for the sport of the game, people want to see Julio, non-Mariner fans, because it's Julio Rodriguez. But, if you've watched him this year, he hasn't really been that good. 2-2 pitch. Count is full, 3-2 count. Top of the 8, 7-6. But at least we've been fighting. We've been fighting and scrapping and clawing and doing whatever we can. 3-car spin array. Oh, yeah, there's going to be lots of wrecks, lots of spins. I don't know if you guys watch the practice and them, just kind of going even through the first turn. Like lots of people are spinning out and wrecking into each other because they have to go single file sometimes, and you're going 140, hitting the brake, and then you're having to go around that corner. And if you're single file, you're fucked. So, I mean, if you go two wide, 3 wide, there's definitely going to be a lot of wrecks today. Popped up for Taylor Walls. 3 guys converging. 2 away. $5 in donos. Let's get to a hundo. Rayleigh's at first. Top of the 8th. 7-6. Seattle. 2 away. Francisco Mejia in the box. Come on, Brash. And it was weird that we had Munoz go ahead of Brash. Normally, again, it's Brash, Topa, Munoz, Seawald. And we went Munoz first in the 6th inning, which was weird, but I'll take it, I guess. Throw to first, safe. Let's go, Matt. Let's go, Brash. 1-0 pitch. Chop foul. Try to go 3 wide in the turn. They can't even go 2 wide in that turn. So if they go 3, there's going to be a wreck on every 3 wide. So there we go. We got that. We got that. Nice catch. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 8th. 7-6 Mariners. Wish me luck, man. Got to zoom in for a new job today. Oh, 4 hours of sleep. So you're on that cricket, UK cricket. Well, I hope that the interview goes well for you, and I appreciate your support. Hopefully we get more people to support the brand. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, $5 holla. Thank you. I can always count on the OGs to typically come through. We just need the newbies and others that watch, to be able to show some love and support. And even if it's not by a dono, something simple as just liking the stream, sharing the stream, commenting, it doesn't take a whole lot, but I guess sometimes on social media, people don't like to do certain things, but again, we do have a good product here. And if you're watching and you're always here, show some love. I mean, we only need like 140 subs to get to 20,000. I mean, I work really, really hard on everything that we do here, and it would be nice to be able to get a little love from you guys as well. What do you want to see for a photo? I got you. Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate you. He said another spin. Oh, there's going to be a lot of cautions, a lot of spins. $10. Let's get to a hundo. Reflect with a $5. Appreciate you. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, $5 holla. Thank you. Appreciate you. They got cautions on every lap. They're like, oh, caution, oh, caution, oh, caution. $15 hairs. Let's get to a hundo. You want some hack? Next up for the Mariners, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Batting second, first baseman Ty France. And batting third this inning, right fielder Teoscar Hernandez. Littell comes in. All right, let's get this dub. Appreciate you 3 so far. Oh, first 2 didn't have caution. 80 into tires. Uh-oh. Yeah, no one is going to understand unless they go through the same experience as other people. That's why we have so many haters out there. There's a lot of haters in the sport world and in the wrestling world. Lots of trolls, lots of haters. You know, a lot of people don't want to see other people win or succeed, or they don't want to see someone do better than them. You know, that's why a lot of people on social media, when they see a post, they don't like it. They just scroll past it, even if they really do like it, you know, or they might even watch it more than once, but they don't go back and hit that heart or hit that thumbs up, you know. I don't know. It's a part of laziness and a part of being a hater, I feel, you know, and everyone's got a little bit of that in them. But once you start supporting people as a whole, you know, everyone wins. So, but not a lot of people out there want other people to win, you know. It's a very competitive world out there, but I mean, I like to see people succeed. So, big swing and a miss. Got him. Julio. One away. Oh, it's not over yet. It's not over yet, Bucks Rays Bolt. We were up 4-0, and you came back and won 15-4 game one. So, again, it's a one-run game, and there's 2 innings left. It could really go any way. And the Mariners have a track record of fucking shit up. So, yeah, I mean, we're ahead by 1, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot, regardless if we're at home or on the road. I mean, it looks like we have a chance, but, again, I've seen us blow many, many leads. Got Seawald coming in. Next up for the Mariners, right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. Takes a strike, 0-1 count. Pitches outside, 1-1 count. Wow, that's crazy. So not your face, but your whole left side goes like numb and freezes up, like your arms and your leg on that side and your face, like everything. Oh, wow. Well, prayers up for you. I hope you feel better. Go Mariners, John. Mariners. Wrong team, bud. Mariners. You can't say go Rays when you're a Cardinal fan. Come on, man. Come on, John. Be better. Bottom of the 8th, 7-6, Seattle. 2 outs, 2-2 count. And obviously that's the end of the inning there, but let me see it. Got him. Teoscar with the K. Let's go, baby. Seawald. All right, let's go to the top of the 9th inning. Leading off for the Rays, 1 for 3 with a K. Center fielder Manuel Margot. Batting second in the 9th, 0 for 3 with a run. Second baseman Vidal Brujan. And batting third, right fielder Josh Lowe. And honestly, I mean, it's not, I mean, I got to keep it in perspective, but this is not the strongest Rays lineup. If we win this game, we should. Their bottom 3 guys in the lineup in the 7, 8, 9 hole are like replacement guys. You know, like it's like, you know, when you have like your best lineup 1 through 9, you know, it's like you got your strongest piece and they usually keep that lineup for like 2 games. And then they go to like another guy, like in our case, it would be like Logan Gilbert. And then he gets like these backups, like the backup catcher, which in this case would be Tom Murphy, but he's been doing good. Or instead of Caballero, you get Colton Wong. That's what this lineup is. So this lineup is like a C lineup for the Rays. Previous 2 days, they had their A lineup in. So, I mean, I'll take a win any way we can get, but also you have to put it in perspective. This wasn't Tampa's best lineup, you know, but we will definitely take the win if we can get it. That's facts. It's possible. It's possible. All right, let's look at the pitching matchups. Tomorrow, I'm going to do the game, and it's at, what is it, 3 o'clock tomorrow? 6 o'clock Pacific time. I was going to say not 3. We got Brian Wu 1-1 with a 4.37 ERA against Logan Webb 7-7, 3.43, and then on 4th of July, Logan Gilbert against the Giants again, a 5-5 record, 4.19 ERA, and then Wednesday is Bryce Miller, baby, 5-3 versus 5-2 Alex Cobb. So I'll be doing games every day. So. Now, even on 4th of July, like I said, I have Paisley here, and I don't know how she'll react to the fireworks. So I'm still going to grind it out, every day. So, all right, we're on the top of the ninth. Seawald is in 34 games, 2.70 ERA, 33 innings pitched. Like if we would have had an all-star, Seawald should have been our all-star this year over Julio or Luis Castillo. If we were going to have one guy, that's the guy that we should have had. Pitches outside. 1-0 count. Let's go, baby. I just saw your photos, Elliot, on Facebook of you and the boys. I liked your photo. I'm not like one of those haters that doesn't like photos. If I got friends and they got something going on there, I always support. But then you get people that like you support and they don't support you back. Not in this case with Elliot, but 2-1 count. Tomorrow, go. Come on, Seawald. Top of the ninth, 7-6 Seattle. Let's keep it, baby. 2-1 pitch from Seawald. Big swing and a miss. 2-2 count. Let's go. Let's fucking go, Paul. Time for an interview. Let's go. Okay, sweet. 2-2 pitch. Uh-oh. Popped up. Luckily, that went foul. Two pitch. Got him! Let's go. Sit down. One away. Next up for Tampa, second baseman Vidal Brujan. Oh, they're going to put Diaz in. Oh, smart. That's what I probably would have done too since he didn't play today. Okay. Might as well go with one of your best guys that didn't play today. Normally when he plays, he's arguably their best player. Good move. Good move for them, not for the Mariners. Yeah. Yandy batting over 300. 319, 12 homers, 39 ribbies. I was going to say, why would they keep, that's why you got to kind of take a look at who you have towards the end of the game. Chop foul, 1-2 count. One for 5 in the first game. And what they say, 2 for 4 yesterday. But don't you think, Seawald, if we were going to have one all-star, that should have been the guy? Got him! Sit down! You know what I'm saying? Like, Julio normally would be a whole all-star kind of guy, but he hasn't had a good year. And Castillo normally would be an all-star, but he hasn't had a good year. They got Julio in the fucking home run derby, right? You know what I mean? And I know for baseball, you want to have all your popular guys make it to kind of get more brand awareness for MLB fans, you know what I mean? But you got to be able to give the credit to the guys that actually deserve it, Popped up from Josh Lowe. Got him! Yeah! There we go. We won 2 out of 3 against the top 3 team in Major League Baseball. Now, are we going to the playoffs? Hell no, we're not. But we'll take that dub. 2 out of 3. Let's go. Let's go. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. We were down 6-2 also. Fuck yeah. And guess what? Mariners win. Mariners win. Mariners win. Fucking dance. Final score 7-6. Seattle. Seawald. He should have been the All-Star. Period. Do your interview, brother. There we go. Big win for us. All right, let me take a look to see if I can get the NASCAR stream here going for NASCAR. Man, what a win. I'll take it. All right, now I got to see where's the raw feed. All right, now I got to see. I got to get in someone's car. All right, NASCAR.com. And then can I get in somebody's car? Where do I go here? NASCAR leaderboard. Oh, here we go. Reddick. Should I get in Chase Elliott's car or should I get into Ross Chastain's car? God, where are these guys? They're so far down. What's going on here? Chase is in 26th. Holy shit. Oh, Kyle Busch is last. Did he end up wrecking and he's out for the race? All right, now I got to select a camera. Battle cam, all scan, aerial cam, MRN radio. I don't even know what some of these things are. Oh shit, there's so much rain. Dude, these guys are flying. Chase is in 26. I'm in Chase's car right now. Stage 1 of 3. 8 laps in out of the 100. Yeah, it's like you can see inside of the cameras, but there's rain everywhere. And obviously you can hear the camera getting distorted. Yeah. Too much of that. Now let me see if I can go somewhere else. Let me see. I got to go to different camera angles if I can find it. We got an aerial cam. What's a battle cam? Battle cam. All scan. All right, officials. Well, I don't have that main cable. We made adjustments to that, but luckily, if you go to NASCAR.com, even if you don't have a satellite or cable TV, you're still able to watch the race. Wow, this track is sweet. I need to get audio from one of the. I was like, is there a place where I can click on NASCAR.com where I can actually hear the actual people doing the commentary, like on NBC or Fox, that I can click on? Like it gives me battle cam, aerial cam, all scan, MRN radio, which I have no idea what the hell that is, and then officials. But I think that's everyone's thing. Is MRN radio, is that even linked to the race or is that something separate? I don't even know. Yeah, well, I'm gonna end up watching this and let's see. Let me see here. I liked your video, Elliot. You're the man. So we're at lap 10 of 100. I just need these other ads to end so I can fucking click on something to see what the best option is to be able to see. Jesus Christ. And then on NASCAR.com, when they have an ad, instead of one ad, it's 5. Who needs 5 ads in a row? Can I just watch the race, please? Jesus. I've never seen 5 ads in a row. Ridiculous. And they're all like 15 seconds ad that you can't even skip. Well, fucking A, man. I'm happy that we ended up getting that win. That win was awesome. All right, so what do I listen to here? So hold on. All right, here we go. All right, so MRN radio sounds like it's something. Officials, all scan. I got the battle cam. I got that. Okay. And then aerial cam. What else? Let me see the aerial cam. What do we got for aerial? It's like every time you click on something, then it gives you like fucking 5 ads. Like, can I just? So I don't know which cam I like better, the aerial cam on NASCAR.com or the battle cam. They're both kind of cool. It's like just in the middle of the city and everything. So typically fan vote. They'll I imagine it's just like in most professional sports, it's usually fans, and then sometimes with certain things, there's like a writers association, like for like Hall of Fame, and then obviously sometimes it's coaches' decision, when they go through alternates and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, we'll take it, but I don't think that Luis Castillo was really deserving, but we'll take the win. We will take the win, Sour. All right, now I got to figure out how to watch this here. All right, so I got the aerial cam. I think I like the battle cam better because it's closer. All right, here we go. Lap 12 of 100, stage 1 of 3. Oh, shit. Someone went into the tires. Who was that, Tom? Who was that? Oh, right into the tires. Oh, Noah Gragson. Ooh, I just saw it. All right, talk soon. Well, this is really the last event that we have, all day, besides the Mets and the Giants, which a lot of people probably don't care about too much. All right, reflect. Take it easy, brother. Go ham. All right, so at least I can have this MRN radio. It's not the guys that are on TV, but at least it's giving a breakdown. And then obviously you can listen to the scanners of certain drivers on here, and you can get into the in-car camera. I'm gonna get in Ross Chastain's here real quick. Oh, are you sure? Okay, you let me know, and I got you here. Before you go, let me try to get you at least while you're here. Hold on one sec. Your boy got distracted. Let me get you just a couple here. Well, I know you got to go, but I got them right here handy. So I do appreciate you very, very much, and I'll get reflect some photos too next time around as well, unless he comes back. But again, the game's over. Most people are just relaxing. We're getting into our 4th of July weekend, with today and obviously Monday and Tuesday. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I'm going to chill and watch this race. Appreciate you. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm in Ross's car right now. Yes. Yes. And good luck with the interview. Hopefully things go well. Hi, Paisley. All right, I gotta go. I need to go to battle cam. Okay, here we go. I like this battle cam and the aerial cam. Yeah. And like I said, with all the rain and everything in there, I didn't know if we were going to actually have the race today, but I'm really glad that we do. Some of us, that watch other things, will have an appreciation for NASCAR, but not everyone likes NASCAR or the NBA or NHL or baseball. Most of the fans are going to be NFL, college football, and wrestling. But I'm glad that this is on. I mean, like I said, I look forward to watching it every week. So 13 laps in out of 100. Yeah, but there's a good chance that I might stay for this whole race. I mean, I'm going to spend time with Paisley and whatnot, but I don't really have anything else going on today. And this is the only way that I can watch it since we had to cut back on the cable since they were trying to charge us $300 a month for 2 boxes, a DVR box, and having 3 TVs hooked up, and then internet, which is just ridiculous. So, had to cut off the TV portion, and I'm able to still grind it out with like streams and whatnot, but. Let's go to the aerial cam. I'll switch it up. All right, go battle cam. It's like I need to figure out how to turn down the volume on the fucking MRN radio. It's like, how do I adjust that? It's like it gives me a chance to, so I can do like the camera angles that they got on here. And obviously, most people are going to be watching it on their TV provider and whatnot. So, man, Mariners, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, Shane Gisbergen in third, Mark Truex Jr. and Michael McDowell. What is Shane like an F1 guy or something, or someone that races Xfinity or like F1 cars or something, or Indy? I mean, anytime you see like kind of a weird name, usually that's what it ends up being. So And it sucks. And every time I try to switch the angle up, then they try to hit me with like 4 or 5 ads in a row. All right, see how to find USA Network, how to find FS1. What channel, Tom? What channel is the race on? Like, as far as is it a Fox race, an NBC, or FS1 today? And can I watch the race on Peacock? Can I watch it on the because it says stream NASCAR races, Fox Sports app, NBC, watch on Peacock, Flow Racing. So I can watch it on Peacock maybe. Maybe that would be cool. Let me see if I can. Let me see if it's on there. I would love to be able to watch it that way. I mean, since I pay for that, I think it might let me. Fuck, I should have known about that before. And obviously with the rights with Peacock and NBC and some of these things. Is it the Grant Park 220? Correct. I think this is it. If I can actually watch this not on the computer, this would be like a dream come true. Yes. 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 Awesome. Yeah. Okay, let me close out this NASCAR now. Yes, I'm glad I went to that page to see. I would have never even thought to do that. Nice. And it's going to be just as smooth as, with my Ziply that I had. Heck yeah. Yes. Dude, like I said, no, it's not going to be for everyone, but yeah, awesome. Heck yeah. Well, if you got Peacock, which most people do, Sarah, I don't know if you're watching the race on, because I don't think Sarah has cable either. I think Sarah, use streaming apps and whatnot too. But you just click on your Peacock and then you can watch it on your flat screen. Oh, this is so cool with all the buildings, like just right there. This definitely took a lot of work to set up, but very, very cool. Just like in the middle of like downtown Portland or Seattle, but it's in Chicago. God, I wish I would have known that. Then I would have got the very beginning. But at least I went to the website and searched all their options on NASCAR.com. Now I know. So now in the future, well, I guess it will only work when it's on NBC, right? Because NBC and Peacock are affiliated or whatnot. But I'll take it. But that back end of the season is well, usually, how does it go? Does it usually go Fox in the beginning, or does it go NBC typically in the beginning and then Fox later in the season? I don't know. Whatever it ends up being, at least I can watch right now. So that's the most important thing, that I got it on the flat screen here, the HD 4K, and I guess paying for the Peacock network pays off after all. Instead of just wrestling WWE pay-per-views, it does serve a purpose for NASCAR for me now too. Cool. So Bell, Reddick, Van Grubbeson, and Truex Jr. McDowell. Fox in the beginning and then NBC late. So technically, if it's NBC for the rest of the year, then I'll be able to watch it on here. That's kind of cool. How many cautions have we had?
single out now as they head to 3.
Race all the way up to 16th here. Over his teammate Briscoe Chastain right behind him, who is one of the biggest movers since the start of the race. Plus 12 positions for Chastain. Byron also up 12 positions, as is his teammate Chase Elliott. So some big movers in the field.
Watching Ross Chastain on board with him inside of the race car and following the top from his race car. Right now he is in the 18th position. Here he comes into turn number 6. He's going to try to ease it into the corner right now, but he's got some drivers that are stacked up behind him. He will just cut turn 6 and not take that wide approach because he's trying to get set up for that downhill run into turn 7. He'll cross the bridge. He'll make the right-hander onto Michigan Avenue, and then that will set him up for that unique and technical set of corners that make up turns 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Yeah, kind of a Congress loop right here. Big, long, sweeping. This corner right here, though, turn 10. It's kind of almost just a kick, a very fast section. You see how much water is there. That never looks like the wettest part of the racetrack. The entry into turn 11. Now we're heading across to turn 12. Everyone kind of in line, pretty organized. You see the map on the upper right-hand side of the screen. You see the one of Chastain, even though he's running in the 18th position, a good distance behind the 28th available leader.
Yeah, 14 seconds behind is Ross Chastain right now. Here he comes up the front straightaway. He's trying to catch Chase Briscoe. He's right in front of it. That would be the battle for the 17th position. Ross looks pretty calm inside the car, not making any sudden movements as he makes the right into turn number 2. Dale, does that surprise you? I mean, he has a lot of ground to make up, but he's not forcing any issues right now.
Such a long way to go, and you're on a racetrack that's continuing to change. Down here where I'm at, I believe we're going to start seeing this track dry out quite a bit. I'm already seeing it in some of the cracks of the racetrack where this concrete surface is beginning to dry. Right in the apex of turn 4, beginning to dry out.
USA Peacock, yeah. Well, I had, a cable for a long time, and then again, they tried to charge us like $300 a month, and I'm in the process of moving out. So we got to try to cut costs down, especially, if donos were maybe a little bit better, like in 2022, then, I can afford to pay something insane like $200 or $300 a month for cable and internet. But, it's getting to a point where, you got to be able to save money, for this move and whatnot. Yeah, she's in here. Hi. Next 5 races are on USA. Nice. So then I can just watch it here on the I'm going to be probably out of here sometime between 2 weeks and 2 and 4 weeks. As Paisley's in front of the green screen there and whatnot. But yeah, I'll be like I said, I'll be able to watch those. And then my mom's already got Comcast and family, with other things and other options. And so we'll see where it goes. What you doing, Paisley?
When I first started my small business, our space and our equipment could not keep up with demand. Then I applied for a loan from Amazon with great rates. We moved into a new facility. Now we're selling all over the country.
Nearly 60% of products sold come from independent sellers.
Want your clothes to smell freshly washed all day without heavy perfumes? Now they can with Downy Light In-Wash Freshness Boosters. Just pour a capful of these into your washing machine before each load to give your laundry a light scent that lasts longer than detergent alone, with no heavy perfumes or dyes. Finally, a light scent that lasts all day. Downy Light, available in 4 naturally inspired scents.
Bring your ass up to the stage, I'm gonna knock your head off, I swear to God. That's gonna be me. Let it happen.
All right. Well, Paisley's all up in here rolling around and getting all crazy and whatnot. So I think I want to be able to watch the race and, and do that, but I'm going to spend time with her and watch the rest of this race here on Peacock, which is awesome. And I'm glad the Mariners ended up getting the dub. I love you guys and I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this awesome race there in Chicago. For the people that are still here in the room, I love you guys and appreciate you guys very much. Thank you to everyone that donated, chatted, commented. Enjoy this NASCAR race. And final score, Mariners 7, Rays 6. I love it. And I got one question for you. Who you know talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Gang.